Welcome, welcome. If anybody is here, uh, no, doesn't look like anybody. Perhaps when I go live on a Sunday evening, impromptu style. See if I can get all this going. Okay, well, just a lazy Sunday evening, like it says. Just looking to see if anybody was on right now and looking to chat. But, didn't really have much else to do. I'm done doing stuff for the evening. What's up, Zach? How's it going? Let's see who else is in here now. I gotta get this set up on my computer. There we go. Found it here. There we go. Got it up on my TV now. Hold on, Zach. 1 second. Looks like there's not many people in here yet.
No.
Doesn't look like anybody's in here. Nope. There is not. There is. Oh, that's weird. That's cool.
Oh, that's right.
There we go. No, I just got done watching everything I needed to watch for the day and didn't have anything else to do. I'm waiting for paint to dry in my trailer, so. And that won't be done tonight, so I'll have to do that tomorrow after work. Oh.
Here.
Let people know that I'm live.
Good thing I'm building a new computer because now I just found out yesterday this one needs more storage now. My hard drive, I think, on this one is on its way out now.
Buy a new hard drive. You don't have to build a new computer to replace your hard drive.
I have games that I can't play because my graphics card decided to take a crap on me. So now the graphic card is done.
I have a good graphics card and I don't play games. So, hey, Jacob, how's it going?
Yeah, I have to build a new computer because whoever put this together, they did a crap job, and I have no say without my speaker plugged in because it doesn't think there's an audio device plugged at all because it don't have a driver.
Hey, Jacob, I meant to call you earlier when I was driving home and I totally forgot. Oh, you driving back from Spokane right now? I mean, how far is the drive? What, 4 hours? So it's a little over what I drove today. Because I drove 2 hours there and 2 hours back, basically. 5 hours. Okay. Well, I never made the drive, so it didn't seem like it was a fun drive. That's okay. When I go up to when I had to go to West Virginia, that's an 8 hour drive, and well, everywhere I need to go is eight to 12 hours. Except for Ford Takeover, that's only an hour and a half. Oh, you're a passenger right now. Okay, well, you can get on the panel then if you're a passenger. If you've got good enough service, anyway. Oh, you messaged in right as I was making a post. Oh, never mind. I made that. I made the post. I thought I hadn't finished it. So you saw the last picture of my trailer? Oh yeah, can't be playing music while we're on live. That gets you in trouble. It was wet still when I took that video. I just finished it. I'm hoping it doesn't suck in too much and I don't have to do another coat because then I have to go buy another roller. I just let that one dry with paint on it. I wasn't feeling like cleaning anything up. Lazy. And it was cheap roller.
My summer, I just figured out my summer's free, so I won't have to do nothing. No college. I got a break. Thank God.
That was a BC plywood. So
Talking to my dad this morning about it, and I'm not signed up for summer to do college classes. So I'm like, thank God, thank you for not signing me up because I want a break. I'm getting a break from colleges. I'm just gonna do it fall. I ain't doing anymore. This whole semester was a pain in my rear.
yeah, I know, Jacob. Remember, I used the kills on the OSB in the garage at the old house, and it sucked up. I had to do 2 coats on that. But this is regular plywood. I'm hoping it's not too bad. I mean, I basically I went over it a few times as it was drying. I went over it again, so hopefully it'll be enough. And this is a paint primer that's really thick. It's actually thicker than Kills was. I didn't realize it when I bought it. And it said it was made to go straight on wood, unprimed wood, just regular. So hopefully it'll work. If not, then it'll have that plywood look to it, but white. I'm fine with that. Really, I'm fine. I'm just ready to put the top back on it so I can use it as a counter again. Because right now it's not quite strong enough to put stuff on, but as soon as I put that countertop back in there, it strengthens it up big time. And then I have to hammer out one dent in it. Should be good. Should look a lot better once that's on it. Right, Cat? They got Roxy. What that is it's white aluminum is what it is. What's up, boss man? It was aluminum sheeting that was on the old pieces too, and it was plywood that was just under a quarter inch, and then it had a piece of white aluminum on both sides of it that was glued to it, and it made it a quarter inch. And what I did was just I couldn't find it, and that aluminum sheeting to just buy it separately is really expensive. So I said the hell with it and just decided to paint it. I did find some white sheeting that was plastic, but I brought it home, and then I read the instructions on it. It said not to be used in a trailer because of the heat, because it can't handle the heat. When it gets hot, it'll between the hot and cold, it'll shrink and stuff and just come right off. You feel like total crap. Well, I don't feel too bad today, actually. I'm considering all I've done today. I got up this morning really early to clean that trailer out, and I fully vacuumed it, got all the stuff out of it that was being used to fix the trailer. I got rid of all the extra wood, all the pieces. I vacuumed it like twice. I vacuumed the carpet up, then I rolled the carpet back, vacuumed under it, both ends. Tried to get all the junk out and found that there was something underneath the carpet that I needed to get out anyway in one of the E-tracks. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been melted all over the floor. It just would have come off the wood and just been fall on the floor. It wouldn't have looked good. It just wasn't able to handle the heat of a trailer. So I decided not to use it. and I took it back. I do have one stick of aluminum angle to take back too, and I think that was like $35. Hey, little boosted, welcome to the channel. I think that was your live today you were in on the bicycles. I caught it, but I had bad connection, so I couldn't stay in there because I wasn't at home.
I was there for 10 minutes, and then my Wi-Fi said bye-bye and kicked me out and wouldn't even come back up again.
Yeah.
If I have a chance tomorrow, I'm going to look it up and see if there's 10G by me because I'm getting tired of this internet. Because I just found that the other night now, my internet seems to be doing a weird thing. Between 7 and 9, it kicks internet and it cuts you off for 3 hours.
Well,
no idea why. This just started happening. My mom is like, yeah, I don't have internet. 3 hours, between 7 to 9 at night, it cuts her off in it. No reason. We don't know why.
That's 2 hours. Couldn't tell you. It's probably something they're doing, or somebody's hogging all the bandwidth. I don't know. I know that around here at certain times of night, our internet gets really crappy too, and nothing I can do about it. And they haven't finished the fiber lines that they started, so probably going to hopefully be before the end of summer they'll get that done because I'm ready to switch over and get off DSL because you keep complaining about your internet. Mine's worse.
And I have two. I have 2.4 and I have a 5. And
okay, so you're talking your Wi-Fi. That's completely separate. That's inside your house. You have complete control over that. Okay,
my printer, which I hate,
I'm talking the line
decided they were like, in order to use the two Wi-Fi, you have to have it on the lowest one for it to work. It will not work with the highest one I have. I have 5. They wanted.
Okay, well, you don't understand how those work. So that's not a speed thing. And yes, 5 gigahertz can go faster, but it's also got a shorter range. 2.5 is longer range, but usually a slower signal. But even at 2.5, you're getting plenty of signal. It can move way more data than you usually would use. But it depends on your internet connection coming into your router. So this is one of the things I went to school for, so I really understand it. But I know why mine doesn't work, and it's because it's DSL. It's digital subscriber line. It runs on the old copper phone lines. And I'm lucky that they're at least as fast as they are. And how's it going, Salty? I just have to deal with not being able to get a fast connection speed that I was used to because I had fiber at my old house and I was used to fiber. And as far as the modems and the Wi-Fi go, I deal with that myself. I buy my own routers and I set them up myself, and they usually work pretty well. Like I can go anywhere in this house and the garage and upstairs in the garage, and I have great Wi-Fi because everything I have now runs on Wi-Fi. So
it could be. I may have more money soon, so that'll be good.
Well, I won't. I keep having to pay bills, so I don't have more money.
What is happening when Microsoft falls through? They might be jumping out completely from Xbox and everything. They might be dropping and going to nothing. And if that's the case, I'm switching to PS5 instead. Because apparently now they're dropping because the UK told them to go bye-bye. No. Stupid.
You really shouldn't just read headlines. You should read the whole article and find out what's really happening. They're not getting rid of the Xbox. That's not happening. Microsoft makes plenty of money off of Xbox, just not off of the.
It was trying to make a deal with another company to make another game. Apparently, UK told them no.
No, that's not what it is.
And they got sued for it, apparently.
No, they didn't get sued either. Yeah, I have a Mustang. I have 2 Mustangs in this house. I'm lucky to have any money. But no, what it is they were trying to buy Activision Blizzard, and they were being fought on that for for a monopoly, basically. Lack of competition if they buy it, but it's kind of BS, and it's just Sony having their way with the courts, basically, and getting people to help stop this because they don't want it to happen. Even if it doesn't go through and the merger doesn't happen, guess what? Xbox will continue carrying on, and they'll keep the same games, and it won't really change much anything other than who owns the companies. That's it. So if you read headlines that you don't understand, you should really read more than just headlines. Atari 2600, does that count? Yeah, it sure does. Those are some of the. I grew up with one of those. Wasn't even mine. It was my friend's. I had to go over to their house to play it. They were great, though. My first gaming system was, I think, a PS1. Later, Boost. Little Boosted. Have a good evening. What's up, Roxy?
I had a Wii for my first, and I got a Nintendo little entertainment one, and then back to an Xbox 360, and then now back to an Xbox One, and eventually going to be a PS5 because I may be cutting ways with PC because I'm not doing well with PC anymore. Apparently, I keep screwing myself every time. Well, keep getting hacked every time. It's nothing I'm doing wrong.
I actually had a Pong too. At my dad's house, we had a Pong, one of the original Pong games. It was fun. Pong was great for its time. It was the only video game there was. I think as far as consoles go, I've owned the first 3 PlayStations. I owned one of each. I've owned all the Xboxes. And I still own 3 different ones. I own an original, I own a 360, and I own the One X. I might even have I have a Series X. No, I guess I own 4 because I have a One X too. So I own 4 different Xboxes. So all the different iterations. And I've had many computers over the years. I owned a Sega system for a long time. Back in the day, played Street Fighter on it constantly, broke many controllers. Those got expensive. What else did I have? My dad had the Atari 2600, and I think we had a 5200 for a little while. And I've had a Switch. I still have my Switch. I've had the Nintendo, the N64, the NES, the N64, the Wii, and a Switch. That's about it. I still played video games up until a couple years ago, Scott. I still have the Xboxes, and they're not hooked up. Like, I moved here and I haven't hooked them up because it just hurts my hands too much to use the controllers. And I can't sit in front of a computer long enough to play a game because I sit in front of a computer all day at work. So it's hard for me to want to get in front of a computer when I get home. And I'm dealing with all these damn cars. So I got the Mustang right now is running okay. It's doing well. I got the 2-step on it, which works really well. I do need to change the settings on it. And I do need to remember to turn the settings up for when I'm street driving. And then I have that transmission I need to hurry up and rebuild for my Focus ST, so I can swap the engine and tranny out in it, and maybe make some power. It's been long enough.
Yes, I'm making plans, and if I can, I'm going to plan on actually getting the car and then possibly start working on it eventually.
There goes any money you might have.
Because of my scholarship, I've been getting money back from the college already. I'm up to, I don't know how much, I'm up to 4,000 now, I think.
What's up, Stupid Fast?
But I'm having more soon because...
Hey, Salty, you coming up here on the panel, or are you just staying in the chat? Or are you even in here anymore?
Because I just found out the other day, once I finish this last year of college, I'll be getting whatever money I have left from them back finally. Because then I'm done with them. After I graduate, which won't take long. Probably won't be long.
Oh, so yeah, that's my plans right now is to just get this trailer done. So get the trailer done, and then I got to start working on. I think it's time for me, since the Mustang's basically done now. And the only thing I need to do with it is testing. I need to get myself out to the track more and get down the driving portion of it so I can actually drive it better on the track. Get better launches. I need to get my 60 foot down. I just need to get some better times with it, because it's irritating that as much power as it has, I can't get it to the ground. Oh, when are you doing that, Scott? Yeah, they claim the Earth is flat and dinosaurs are fake. Yes, we planted the bones. I'm guessing that people find, or we're 3D printing them. I don't know.
I'm picking up subscribers already, and I'm not even doing anything.
You have fun. You have fun in that panel, Scott. I used to do that, and I used to entertain myself with that, but they started kicking me out too quickly. There's almost nothing that, if you try and ask them to prove it, that they have any proof of, any way to prove it. And most of the time, the proof in a flat Earth conference, they have their theorems contradict each other. So it's kind of funny. That's just people with
I have 85 subscribers now instead of like 77. I haven't done nothing. I haven't done nothing else. I'm already picking up that much. My watches are slowly coming up. I'm at 0.5 now.
Okay, Sublime, sounds good. I was getting ready to message you, and you just posted that. So, well, I wouldn't hop in the shower. I'd step in. If you hop in, you're liable to fall and break a hip.
Yeah. I gotta be careful to not do that.
I'm sorry, Briggs. I'm a little slow.
I'd be careful not doing that, because that's a problem for me. I'll break
What you got there, Dad? Motor oil? Hold on, I'm gonna full size that so I can actually see it. Dad, guaranteed motor oil. Okay.
It's a speaker.
Guaranteed. What is that?
A Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
It's called Liquid Assets. Let's see. 24-hour round-the-clock protection, super refined, quality performance, dependable, economically smooth, and pure. Works like a champ. If it was Dad's, it has to be good.
Yeah, if it was Dad's, it has to be good. That's awesome.
Liquid Asset. It's called eliminates friction. Where is it? But it's kind of cool. If you type in Dad's Guaranteed Motor Oil Bluetooth speaker can, that comes up. They're selling these at Napa, discontinuing them for $5, regularly $48.
Oh, damn. I don't even think I have a Napa around here, do I?
Name can speaker model ORB246. This thing will hold a charge for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, come on, tell me that wouldn't look good in your garage on a shelf.
And yes, stupid fast, I do remember Dad's root beer, and I used to love it. Yeah, that's one of those things that I would like to have just to have it. Just Top Flat Automotive, eBay, YouTube.
Well, eBay, I don't trust eBay anymore. I got screwed twice now.
You gotta be very careful when you're shopping on eBay anymore.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Sometimes I have to buy stuff online because a lot of the stores by me don't even have anything because they're terrible. Just like Walmart, they're not good. They're not.
Oh,
Oh boy, there's the flat earthers coming up again.
yeah. Scott's going over there. He said,
I will admit, I will after a bit. I wait till they get started. I tell you what.
I
they're
get,
so
I
fun.
get kicked out of there so quickly sometimes.
Oh, they
I
won't
used to-
kick you out. You can
Huh?
sit there, call them idiot. They go, nah, they say their theory is if you ever been to a live where they found bones, I said, no, neither of you.
I
And
have
then they
been,
say,
but I have
and
been.
then they, no. Oh, you have. You've actually been there where they've uncovered a dinosaur.
I was actually at a site when they found some one time. It was really cool. It was just something small, but they found something while I was there. But there'd been other things.
No, he's saying the complete skeleton. And he says, have you ever gone to a museum and it'll sit there and like one bone will be real and it'll have a sign saying that it's a recreation because all the other ones are in locked up? It's because they're fake. I mean, come on. Why would there be a dinosaur with two big legs in the rear, two small ones in the front? That's not possible. It's like, oh my God.
Really? Have they not looked at anything that's alive today? There's all kinds of weird animals like that.
And I said, and why would God make a man with a big body and a small brain?
Yeah. Well, they did. Lots of them. They're called flat earthers.
It's like right now, it's like I get on some streams, like me, I pick on the Dodge guys. They say how great Ram trucks are. I said around here they rust worse than anything around.
Yeah, they do. They do. There was a while there for a while. I really loved the way the Dodge Rams looked. I like their look. And I like the Cummins engine in them. And I like the old Allison transmission they used to use, not the one they have now. But then all the rest of the stuff they put together would fall apart before the engine and transmission would, which is just.
I don't care. I don't go by looks. I go by reliability. I've always gone by reliability. If it ain't reliable, what good is it?
Well, I don't own one, and I never have owned one. Like I said, I like the look of them, but I still owned it. Well, I've owned Chevys and Fords. Mostly actually for a long time, I owned 3 Chevys, but they were all older Chevys.
I had a square body. I had a square body Chevy.
Yeah.
I had a Chevy S10 with the Isuzu motor in it. You couldn't kill that thing. The frame broke and rusted away. The body fell apart. That damn motor went to a junkyard running like a dream.
Yeah. I remember those. I've had one S10, but I didn't have it for very long. I've had the old like late 70s square body with the 3, just the basic 350 all, 4-wheel drive. Single cab, short bed. That's back when I used to actually buy short beds, and I don't do that anymore.
I hate short beds.
Well, back then I didn't need a long bed, but back then it was harder to find short beds. Now it's hard to find long beds.
Yep, I laugh at people who live in apartment buildings and never haul anything but groceries and have a truck with 4 doors and a 6-foot bed.
Yeah, or if it's an F-150, they have 4 doors and a 4.5 to 5 foot bed, if that, little teeny bed. I'm like, that's ridiculous. If you're gonna do that, just get an Explorer. Just get an SUV.
Well, my neighbor across the street's got a Chevy Yukon, not Yukon. What's the one? It's the SUV. I forget which one it is. Not the modern Blazer. What's it called?
It's a Blazer.
Equinox.
Oh, my sister has one of those. I hate them.
His wife he's 80 years old, and his wife finally is going to let him buy a new truck for the first time. He hasn't had a truck in 20 years. He's always using a trailer. And he says, I'm tired of you hauling a trailer. I want a truck. And he said he wants to buy a Chevy. I said, which one you want? And he told me, I said, a Colorado. I said, I wouldn't buy a Colorado today. No, how about a Ford Ranger? I wouldn't buy a Ford Ranger. If you want something that's got a high resale value, it's going to last, they'll definitely outlast you, buy a damn Toyota.
Yeah, no shit. Get the Tacoma.
I told him buy a Tacoma.
Or
I said, he don't need that big. He wants this little short bed. I said to buy a Tacoma.
Buy
He said, I've never driven one. Don't buy a
I
Tacoma.
can't
Go drive. I
disagree
said,
with you on that. Can't. Those things are
I
great.
said, you could beat the living crap out of it. He said, but I want V6. You don't need a V6. I said, my 28-year-old Toyota don't convince you that they're well built, then nothing will. It's 28 years old. There's no holes in it. It's got 500. I just rolled 580,000 miles on it. 4-cylinder Tacoma with a automatic. You'll never kill it. It'll outlast you.
Yeah, if I was gonna get I like having my 6-cylinder in my truck.
He's an old man. The biggest thing he hauls is mulch and compost and dirt.
Yeah, that 4-cylinder.
Couple bags of cement down there.
That 4-cylinder will do him just fine. He's not towing. He's not hauling heavy loads.
What's that got to do with it?
A little, even
My
a used
T1
Tacoma.
My T100's got a 1-ton weight capacity. I know you don't believe that, but it's a 1-ton. I actually can haul an Aerostream camper with that truck.
Well, that's fine. 1 ton's fine, but I haul more than 1 ton.
I think that's pretty impressive.
I do
about
believe
before,
that
so.
because it's like a half-ton truck now. It's not rated a half-ton. I mean, they just kept the numbers from back in the day. What's the low? An F-150 right now, which is a half-ton truck, has a capacity of like over a ton worth of weight inside the bed.
Well, that Equinox he's got, I told him I wouldn't trade it in. He said, why? Because here's the way I look at it. I showed him a stripped Toyota Tacoma with basic air and power windows. That's all he really wants. He don't want no other bells and whistles, no backup camera and all that. Just the basic Tacoma is $28,000.
It's
I
gotta
said,
have a backup camera. That's the law now. If it's new, they have them. 2016 and newer.
His Equinox is 2020. I said that Equinox is probably still worth $25,000. They're going to give you 10.
Yeah,
but
I'm
even so,
Equinoxes.
Neither am I. But it's still worth $25,000.
Yeah, if it's in good shape, it should be.
He bought it brand new in 2020. He's put 8,000 miles on it since he bought it.
Jesus. Yeah, they would rape him on a trade-in.
I said they're gonna go around give you 15.
Yeah, it's like my truck is like if I were to buy the truck I really wanted, if they had the truck I wanted right now, it's a $78,000 truck. My truck is worth $20,000 more than that still, and it's got almost 20,000 miles, and it's 2 years old. But they wouldn't give me that much for it.
No.
Now they would have. They would have a year ago.
I told him you could sell it yourself. I told him to sell it yourself, put the money in your pocket, and then buy a new one that way.
That's what I plan on doing. Is if I do end up buying a new truck, I'll sell it myself. But I think with the way they're being on the Super Duties and not getting my order done and sending me any information at all about it, then I'm just gonna cancel my order.
But he don't want to. He said he don't want to go through the hassle. I said, so you don't want to go through the hassle of making money? You're an idiot. I told him that right to his face. He said, I'm not an idiot.
How old is he?
He's 80 years old.
Then he doesn't. Maybe he's like, I don't have a need for money anymore. I'm done. He's 80.
No, nope. He's got Social Security. That's it.
No. Then
he still works. He still works part time.
Then he should sell it for money if he's still working.
That's what I told him. You don't want the hassle. I said, give me the title. I'll sell it for you. I said, there ain't no way. I looked up the value on it, and it was there's still. It's got. I can't remember what the value was totally. I think it was like 27,000 change. And I said, how much did they offer you on trade? He said they offered me 15.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. They'll offer you 15. They'll sell it for 30.
25.
No, they'll sell it for 30 because they're short inventory.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's still got a warranty on it. I said, you could transfer that warranty to a new owner and sell the damn thing yourself. I told him I'll sell it for him. But it just amazes me what people. It's like I bought a zero turn mower this weekend. I always wanted a zero turn, but I couldn't bring myself to pay $2,000 for one. I think they're ridiculous what they cost for a zero turn. Of course, everything's ridiculous. Remember, you could buy a new truck for $10,000. Or is that dating you?
I muted myself. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
that
I think
speaker-
I think I went to turn my camera off, and I turned on my mute, so you didn't hear me even say that I was going to get a drink.
Nope. Nope. That speaker is by Open Road Brands. It's called
Open Road.
Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
Open Road brand speaker. Yep.
I think all my Bluetooths are all JBLs, and one of them's like massively huge.
They marked it down to 15, and then I walked in there, and it was regularly 56.99, and then he let me have it for $5.
Yeah, they're getting rid of them. They weren't selling.
Yep. Even so, it's still. I couldn't believe I bought both of them, then turned around and put the other one on Facebook Marketplace, sold it for $30.
Yeah, because I found them online for over $40.
Yep. It's an awesome speaker. If you wanted to buy one just for something cool and sound, I can't turn it on because you wouldn't be able to hear it. But
like I said, I already have too many Bluetooth speakers I barely use anymore since I have. When I bought them, I needed them. I used them when I traveled, and I don't travel anymore for work. So
I put that in the garage. It's awesome.
I have a stereo in my garage.
I got Bluetooth stereo. I love it. I play music through YouTube right through the stereo or Pandora or any of them.
Yeah, I have a Bluetooth on my stereo. But I listen to the radio most of the time. It's one of the few places I actually listen to the radio because we have a decent station around here that plays a lot of music, hardly commercials, and they play a lot of good classic.
Yeah, I'm kind of funny. I like music from everything from Elton John to Fleetwood Mac to Billy Joel. It just depends on the song.
Yeah, well, they I do like because at night during the weekdays they have the Alice Cooper show, whatever it's called.
Oh, everyone likes Alice Cooper.
Yeah, well, it's not him singing; it's him hosting. But it's a pretty good show. It's funny though because they'll cut into it even like in the middle of a song. They'll be in the middle of a song and they'll cut over to it. Like, okay.
No, I think the music they play today, you listen to it and you go, every other word is the N word, the F word, or something.
It's not today's music I'm listening to.
No, I know. That's why I listen to YouTube and then Pandora and that, and pick my own songs because the stuff they call music today is noise.
Well, to you it is. Some of it I like. So
I doubt you're going to listen to a song that's got F words every other second.
You would be surprised.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how you could listen to that.
I listen to all kinds of music. If I enjoy it, I'll listen to it. If I don't, I won't.
Oh, I listen to all kinds of music too, but it's just.
And sometimes I'm around music that other people are listening to, and I listen to it. And I usually don't complain about it. And then those people don't complain about the music I play.
Oh, I don't complain about it. I just tune out to it because I can't,
I've learned to
It's
live
one-
and let live when it comes to certain things.
Oh yeah, I do too. I don't listen. I just don't. I just tune it out. You
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
I mean, when I go to a bar, they play a lot of modern music and a lot of old music. When they play the
I
modern
don't
stuff,
go to bars anymore.
I just
They cost too much.
nah.
I could drink at
I-
home much cheaper.
I can still go to a bar, get a large pitcher for $5.
Not where I live.
Where do you
Unless I
live?
wanted Bud Light because they're trying to sell that shit.
No, I don't buy Bud Light. I drink the
That's-
Yingling.
That's I don't either. But hey, Mike, how's it going? I'm just I generally don't like to go to bars so much because I like to be able to drink when I start drinking and not have to worry about driving anywhere at all.
My bar's a 5-minute walk from my house. So it
Oh,
works.
I had that before I moved, but it's now there is nothing 5 minutes from my house. Just parked for the night. Where you at? Where you at, Mike? Well, what state you in? Every time I see Barbecue Mike's little thing, it makes me hungry. His avatar,
Of course.
it looks like meat, smoked meat.
Yeah, I think it was cool. I think it was cool. I was walking my dog Saturday though, and when he walked away, I was saying I bought a zero turn finally. Been wanting one for years. I just couldn't bring myself to spend $2,000 or $3,000 on a zero turn.
Yeah, they're crazy priced. You really are.
Walking my dog, and the guy pushed a lawnmower out in front of his house, and he go and put a for sale sign on it. A John Deere F525, one of their first zero turns, one with the lawnmowers in the front, 2 tires in the behind it, and you got one wheel in the back that spins.
Yeah.
And I asked him how much. He said $100. Goddamn thing don't
Oh.
run.
There you go.
2000. That was a $6,000 lawnmower when it was new, in 2001. Popped the hood, Kawasaki motor, 17 horse, full hydrostatic, power lift deck, everything. And I said, how much? And he said $100. I almost fell over. And he said, don't run. It takes a special engine because there's no sump on it. I can't put an engine on it because there's no sump on it. The engine bolts directly to the hydraulic, and he pumps, and you can't get an engine. I said, I doubt it needs an engine. It's a Kawasaki. He says, $100, it's yours. I pulled out $100 before he could change his mind, and because he said it was gone, and I gave me the key, and I went click, 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 click. I knew what was wrong with it. I took my dog home, walked back home, came up with a screwdriver, and he said, "What's the screwdriver for?" So I can drive it home. He said, "By the way, there's a snowblower attachment for the front with a full cab." You got the cab and the snowblower attachment? Yep. So he said, okay, but how you gonna get home? You can't push it. It's hydrostatic. I said, I don't intend to push it. I'm gonna drive it. He said it won't start. Put the key on, reached down with a screwdriver and jumped the solenoid and watched it kick off.
Oh, bad solenoid. I was wondering what you were getting to. Hey,
And he
bro.
said to me, he wanted his money back. Said, I got a receipt from you. Sorry, too late.
Yeah. What?
But it was an interesting weekend. Say, I bought on 10 o'clock on Saturday morning, came home, mowed my lawn, dry belt broke, mower deck belt broke, and the battery died.
Yeah, well, that happened. Get
Yeah.
the smoke in there, bro.
What?
What's the smoke in there?
Good old stogie.
Which
I don't remember which one it is. I unwrapped it. I think it's a HP Upman.
okay. Good flavor. I have to live vicariously through other people's smoking since I can't smoke anymore.
I do the occasional cigar.
I can't. If I were to try and just do one cigar, I'd get hooked on nicotine again, and I would start smoking again. Can't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
My house. Did you want to go out or not? No? Okay. Put the little butt to me then.
Yep, tobacco
I'll
is
be right
one of
back.
the hardest things to give up.
It took me years to finally give that up, and it took my mom dying of throat cancer due to smoking for me to give that up. And it still took me over a year to quit after that. But I smoked for 30 some years. It was horrible. And I'm going, what is it? 8 years? 9 years now? 9 years.
I quit when I was 52. I smoked from 14 to 52. Destroyed my teeth, and I still kept smoking. Got dentures, still kept smoking. And no, when my father caught COPD, that's what made me quit.
So
I had to get hit.
You quit 10 years after I did. You started about the same age I did and quit about 10 years later than I did. I quit when I was 42, 43.
I never had a problem. I never had any problem breathing or that. My father got COPD. I quit. I had to get hypnotized. It was the only way to do it.
I used drugs.
Yeah, I went to hypnosis. It worked. Whatever works for you, as I tell people, because tobacco is one of the hardest. It's hard to give up than marijuana. I've been told.
Nicotine is super addictive, and I smoked, I dipped, I chewed it, whatever I could do to get. If I was in a place where I couldn't smoke, I'd do something else.
You know you're addicted when you wake. The first thing you do is wake up in the morning, light a cigarette to go piss.
Yeah, well, I didn't do that because I wouldn't smoke in my house. Hey.
Yeah, I smoked in the house, and that's what was one of the problems. Even and you wake up in the morning. I mean,
yeah,
if you didn't smoke in the house,
I'd get up first thing and go out to the garage and have a smoke.
Yeah, exactly. Or worse yet, wake up and you're addicted when you wake up and you go to light a cigarette and your lighter's dead and you got no way to light a cigarette but go down to the stove.
Okay,
then you're
I would
addicted.
do that if I had to, and then run outside with it. Oh, what you up to, bro?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Sunday night. Don't you have to work tomorrow?
You know what next weekend is? It's Mother's Day, so I've got to work on my children's Mother's Day gift for their mother.
Oh, of course. I don't have to do that anymore because my mom is gone and my children are grown-ups. And
Well, thanks to my dad.
worthless.
God, that looks ugly.
But
Well, my dad's a woodworker, like a professional woodworker. So I don't know if you've seen his YouTube channel, but anyways, my kids went there this weekend, and thank God they came home with like birdhouses they made their moms. I was like, wow, half my work's done. Fantastic.
nice.
There you go.
So I saw a paint can. I was wondering why you were shaking up a paint can.
So I was gonna do. I had to take it apart, but I bought one of those like table centerpiece trays, and I got the cast iron. I got the cast iron ring over there. I unscrewed it all, but I'm painting it white. I'm gonna give the kids a bunch of paint, put their handprints on it, and then let them go to town on it. Then I'm gonna clear coat it with automotive finish and put it back together.
Nice.
I think that's
There you go.
Smart. Good for you. I've got to figure out what to get my wife for her birthday, which is the day after Mother's Day.
A new Mustang.
No. She's got a 17 that she loves and has way too much work done too. So I'm not trading.
Okay, another one.
This is the fourth one I've gotten her, and I can't afford another car right now. And her other car is in the shop, and hopefully one of these years they'll get the damn part they need to fix it.
What is it?
It's a Ford Edge, 22 or 23 Ford Edge. That we had a deer with like the first month we owned it, and
Nice.
It's been in the shop since December 27th.
Don't surprise
And
me.
there's one part they cannot get, and you just can't find them. I mean, there was one on eBay, but I wasn't willing to pay the $700 for it, plus the $200+ shipping.
What is it?
It's part of a radiator support, It's just the upper radiator support mount, and it's back ordered everywhere.
Huh. Surprised you can't get through Rock Auto or something.
Nope, already tried. I have exhausted my resources in the one place that we thought we'd found that said they had it in stock. Canceled my order 3 days later when they told me they couldn't get it because they didn't have it.
So how much willing to pay? There's a parking lot around here. I could go borrow one.
I'm not willing to pay anything because my insurance is already paid for it. So the company that's fixing it needs to pay for it.
That'd be funny if someone did that.
I did notice on the Ford site though that the cost of the part has gone up almost twice what it was.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was a $290 or $80 some part. It's now a $500 some part.
Every day,
Dude,
what has it gone up?
I don't even want to look, man, because back before all this inflation baloney, when I was trying to repair my Boss 302 radiator, the OEM Boss radiator was like $700, and so God knows if it's still that.
I'd the inflation thing. This is a back ordered thing because so many people want it and need it. They've raised the price in the last 3 months. It's just been 3 months that it's gone up that much. Because the first time I looked up the part, it was under $300. Now it's over $500 from Ford.
You know what part's been discontinued is the Boss splitter. That's gone. Like
Really?
People are having a hard time. Like I pray to God I don't damage it. I guess if I damaged it, I'd just go with something more aggressive. I'd find something more aggressive.
Yeah. I can't believe there's no aftermarket.
There are aftermarket, but it's not. There are aftermarket, but I haven't seen one that's like OEM fit and finish.
I'm surprised there's no OEM aftermarket for a car that popular.
Don't surprise
Well,
me.
it's popular, but
This
low,
will dealer
popular, but it's
market
low
parts.
numbers.
They have ADM on parts now. Well, it's funny because I went on, I looked on Ford.com and I didn't find out the part number of the part until like 2 months ago. And I looked it up and it was like $290 something. And then I went and looked it up the other day because somebody had told me that they thought they were in stock again. I went and looked it up and it still says back order, but now they're like $534 for the same exact part at FordParts.com. Oh, it's a puppy.
It ain't a puppy. She's a bitch. Just ask
Yeah,
her.
it's a puppy.
You're a bitch, ain't you? Yeah, you're a bitch.
How old is she?
9.
Yeah, she's definitely not a puppy anymore. But all my pups stay pups forever. Even I got a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old now, German
I
Shepherd.
take her for a walk and she sees a squirrel. She runs across the street. Her favorite thing to do is you take her for a walk. If it ain't like in the morning, I have to be at work at 7. I leave at 6:30. It takes me about 20 minutes to get there. I leave a little early. If I go walk around the block and I go to and walk across the main drag at the corner, if she's not ready, she'll lay down in the middle of the road like we got to walk some more. She's made me late for work several times because she literally won't stop. She won't go home until I had to pick her up the one time in the middle of the road. Here's cars coming. I'm like, dog, Miss Maggie, cars are coming. She don't care. She
I
made
guess
the
I'm
traffic
just
stop.
lucky because my dogs, when they need to go for a walk or out, I open the back door and they go into the backyard, and it's fenced, and they have plenty of room to run and play. And
My yard's fenced too, but she's a coonhound. She'd dig a hole in it to get to a damn deer to come through.
The husky digs holes, but she's digging holes to get to the mud bugs. Our yard is so wet that it has
Quiet.
it has crawfish in it.
Oh yeah, but I couldn't. I
And
couldn't leave her out all day because I live in a neighborhood where people call the cops, say I got a dog out there barking and raising hell, or they beefy. I mean, I took no shit. I took her. There's a Dollar General around the corner, about 2 miles from me. I took her for a ride and then stopped at the Dollar General on the way home, and went in there to buy a loaf of bread. I was in there 2 minutes. Someone broke the window, was out there and broke the side window on my Toyota truck because
Jesus.
they said it was open 2 inches, and they said that ain't up, and it was during the summer, and I literally walked in the store a minute and a half before, and I was coming out, and they broke the side window on my truck, and we're letting her out. And I said, they said it's legal now because they made the law that if they said, yep. And there's also a time frame. I just walked in. Here's my loaf of bread. That's how long I was in there. I called the cops. Cops gave me, they didn't arrest them. They got catch and release here, but they gave me an appearance ticket. And when they said the judge ordered to buy a window, and I got a price on a quote on a window, and the judge said, I can't with a straight face tell them they have to pay.
I gotta hop off. I want to look something up.
Okay, later, brother.
All right. I'll be watching the video.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched your Fox video earlier, bro. I
thought that was funny.
Trailer tomorrow. Tomorrow I should have my trailer done.
Imagine that though, having your window broken after being 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'd be pissed, but yeah, I never take my dogs anywhere in the car that they can't go inside with me. So, and these dogs just stay home. They don't go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
They don't. One of them does not like being in the car. So.
She loves rides. That's why I take her. But I mean,
my old dog loved rides. I had a couple dogs that loved being in the car.
I take her in the store. I take her in the store too. But the Dollar General don't want dogs in there. But just the simple fact that they broke a side window, and then when it was $1,200, judge said I can't make them pay $1,200. Why?
Why not? They broke it. I'll make them pay $1,200. I'll make it pay with my. I'll make them pay. They might not pay cash, but I'll make them pay.
I told the judge they either give me the money for the window. He said the truck's too old. That's why it's so much, no, because it's a Toyota truck, and yes, it's a rare truck. I said, there's no used one, so they have to custom make one. And I said they're either gonna pay me $1,200. I'm gonna bust a window out of every one of their cars. I'm not playing the game. Ain't my fault. They were stupid.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. What state are you in?
New York.
Oh. God, I'm sorry.
I mean, the windows were down like that far. Her nose was sticking out of the car, the truck.
Well, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter anymore. And it's like that in a lot of states now. You can't do it. Now, if you can leave it on if you can leave your truck running with the AC running, that's fine. But
there's no AC in my truck.
You got to worry about your dog hitting the thing and putting it in gear. Because that's happening.
There's no AC in my truck. My truck don't have AC. Never did.
My Mustang.
The sheer fact that an old man was there and saw me walk in the store. He was out in the parking lot. He told me, he just went in there. He hasn't been gone 2 minutes. Don't matter. You can't do it for even a minute. The guy broke. They say here in New York it's got to be 20 minutes left alone because it even takes 20. They say it takes 15 or 20 minutes. I can't remember with the windows totally sealed up. Before anything can happen, I wasn't even there 2 minutes. I went in there to get a loaf of bread because I didn't have any bread at home. That's it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Dollar Tree or Dollar General. Dollar General. So I was driving today. I was going through Town Creek, which is a town not too far from here, maybe 20 minutes or so. And there's a Dollar General there that's been there forever, and they've been building the building next to it. Now I finally saw what that building was. Right next to the Dollar General is a dual Family Dollar Tree. Like, so you've got Dollar General, Family Dollar Tree, all right there, next to each other. I'm like, that's crazy.
I don't doubt it.
And Dollar Generals are everywhere down here. Like, you can't go to a town and not see at least one of them.
I could get my truck right now. If it was daylight and I wanted to show you how many I got, I could drive to at least 8 within a 5-minute, 20-minute drive at my house. I mean, they're everywhere.
They're even up in Washington State. So, do what?
Yeah, what state you in though?
Oh, now I'm in Alabama.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's Dollar Generals and Dollar Trees like galore over there.
Everywhere. They I think they spawn themselves. I think they're self iterating. They spawn by mitosis.
You know what I say Dollar General is? Dollar General is the cockroach of stores.
Of stores, yeah.
I've never seen a I mean, in my town, there's a company called Dandy Mini Mart. They're mainly in the northern Pennsylvania and southern New York.
Say Dandy?
Dandy Mini Mart.
Yeah, I've been to Dandy's.
Not in your area, you haven't.
Nope, I have not, but I've been to them up north.
And up here, put it this way, like there's one town, I shit you not, Wysox, Pennsylvania. There's what you come into Wysox, Pennsylvania, over the bridge on the Grand Republic of the Highway, off of Route 6, come over the bridge, there's a Dandy on your right. And then you go down what's called the Golden Mile, the center of Wysox. It's 2 miles, it's a mile long. That's why I don't know why they call it the Golden Mile, but a mile long. You go at the other end of the road, there's another Dandy. You go down, you go up that Route 6, about 2.5 miles, there's a Dandy on the right. You go up down Route 6, there's literally 14 Dandies on Route 6 and they're all within 3 miles of each other. Like, how can one company have so many stores and be able to support them? But every time you go by, the parking lot's full.
Because there's enough people, and it's a little mini mart like that's easy. It's like Dollar General they have to be 7 miles apart from each other. Is that like a firm rule, a law from Dollar General, or is that just like something that happens? So every 7 miles, I'm not going Dollar General.
How many?
Mike said Dollar General has to be 7 miles apart from each other, which that's easy.
No, they ain't. I don't think that's true.
Is that nautical
miles? That ain't true around here.
Is that nautical miles? Is that like as the crow flies miles, or is that by the road?
I don't believe that. So I could drive. That's bullshit. I could drive. Okay, man. I wish you guys were familiar with my area. I can tell you right now. I can even list the address. There's a Dollar General at 809 West Water Street in Elmira. There's a Dollar General on College Avenue. There's a Dollar General on 2nd and College Avenue. There's a Dollar General on Hudson and Mount Zor. There's $4 Dollar Generals on Lake Street. They're everywhere. They're not
apart from each other.
Nope.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
Now maybe the rule didn't come out before they built those.
They've been building them. They're building them all the time. Now, the reason why I say that, my city is 10 miles across, and there's like $8 Generals in my city alone.
Maybe it depends, and maybe the rule can be broken if it's a high populous area.
There ain't a high population. I got 29,000 people in my town, and there's. I'm not. I don't know. All I know is that I don't believe that. I'm telling you, they're everywhere. There's one thing I noticed about Dollar Generals, though. If their closing time is 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock, depending on the location, then some of the bitches are closed within 5 minutes before their closing time.
Yeah, I don't ever go to Dollar General, so.
Around here, that's all there is pretty much around here. I mean, it depends on what I want. If I want a loaf of bread, I want shampoo, or soap, or dog food. If I'm in a need, if I'm too lazy to go to the grocery store, they're quick, they're easy. Can't beat their peanut butter prices. Put it this way, Peter Pan peanut butter, they sell that at Walmart in the big 8-ounce can of peanut butter, the 8-pound can of peanut butter. It's $11 at Walmart. At Dollar General, it's $6.
Yeah, I won't eat Peter Pan. It's got way too much sugar in it for me. Not that it's bad. It's just for me, I can't do it. It's got too much sugar in it.
Oh, I love Peter Pan. Peter Pan or Jif, they're my favorite.
I do Jif, constantly Jif. But Peter Pan I loved it as a kid, but as I've gotten older, as much sugar as they put in it, I don't like it as much because it's too sweet.
Another thing Dollar General has that I like, and you can't buy it, and there's no other place around it. I like RC Cola. Oh, really? They still sell that? So I know my wife, she goes, I think it's Dollar General, or that she goes to get her sweetener, the Sweet and Low or whatever, because she gets these huge packs for $1 or $1.15 or whatever it is, and it's just a ton of those little packets.
and it's the cheapest you can buy. RC Cola. God, I haven't had that since I was a teenager.
4 12-packs for $9.
I don't drink soda anymore. That's probably why I haven't had it for one.
This is
not
awesome.
much, MJI. Not much. Just chilling out on a Sunday evening and breaking up my evening with a little live time because, why not? Hell, it boosts my watch hours. That's why I'm here. I'm still quite.
I love RC Cola, Royal Crown Cola, best stuff there.
If anything, it should be mixed with Crown Royal. You put the
Royal Crown with
Crown Royal. That's got to be decent. I can't be horrible, but I mean I like Crown Royal plain. But
awesome.
That's got to be what it's made for, is to mix with Crown Royal.
I got some Crown Royal over there I can mix it with.
Yeah, try a little RC with CR.
Yeah. What do you want, you dog?
To be loved. And
yes, I see
you. So I was over at my sister's house today, and my nephew's dog, Romeo, is just a cool little dog. And as soon as I get there, his head is on my lap so I can pet him. He just loves people. Not a big fan of dogs, but he loves people.
No, she don't like me. No, she don't like me at all. Come on.
Bill. You at home?
Come on, man. Get down.
Can't really tell.
Oh, I know what you want. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, dog. You don't need dog food, but according to you do. Here, I'll give you a couple handfuls. How's that? That'll keep you happy.
Oh, you're in your car. Okay, that's a steering wheel I'm seeing. Which car are you in?
My uncle's 9350 coupe.
Oh, okay. Nice. Love to get one of those.
Yeah, I can mix it with this. I've had this sitting around the house for about 6 months.
What's that?
Let's see how this would taste with it. How about Crown Royal Regal Apple?
It wouldn't be too bad, I guess. But yeah, like I said, Royal Crown Cola needs to go with Crown Royal.
There's some Crown Royal, even with the nice bag.
Yeah, I've got all the bags now. I've got the, of course, the purple bag. I've got the black bag. I've got the green bag.
Good night, Uncle.
The peach bag.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, here we go. We got
lighter. I had to throw away a bunch of the bags years ago because I had so damn many of them. And I think that's all we have left is my wife either has the green or the peach right now, the apple or the peach left. Where are you heading, Blue?
I'm heading home from my uncle's house.
Oh, yeah? Why are you taking his car with you?
Because the little Escort, the wheel bearing's so bad that the fucking wheel's about to fall off.
Is that the front or the rear?
The tag's expired and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've seen an Escort 20 years.
So, and Uncle's car hasn't been driven in a while. It hasn't even been started in a year.
Oh, geez. It needs to be driven.
Yeah, it's got 39,000 original miles on it.
Holy crap. That's so low.
9350 5-speed electric red coupe. And 39,976 original miles.
Wow.
Let's see what this stuff smells like.
Sublime must take really, really long showers.
He's got it's his. He can wash it as fast as he wants to.
This will.
He said he was coming in after he showered, and that was like 45 minutes ago.
No, you don't need any Crown Royal.
Why not? I always need Crown Royal.
Not the dog.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Smells like green apples.
It does. That stuff actually, it tastes really good. I mean, I've gotten to the point now where I prefer just the original Crown Royal,
Ooh, that's good.
but I bet it does mix well. I know the apple mixes really well with cranberry juice. If you like cranberry juice, that mixes so well with that.
Oh, I got something here. I'll show you something I got. We had a restaurant closed down here about a year ago, and they had a lot of old rum and brandy, and the owner came by and gave me a couple cases of some good booze.
Yeah, nice.
Guarantee you'll like this. I haven't even opened it yet.
What do we got there? Is it black and white? Oh yeah, I would.
Black and white Scotch whiskey.
Yeah, I drink that.
I got 2 cases of this.
You get 2 cases of Buchanan's black and white.
Yes, sir.
I haven't had that in a long time.
This was bottled in Fleischmann's Distillery Corporation, New York, New York,
Yeah.
in 1970. It still has the paper label on it.
Hopefully it's still good.
It's been in a basement since. I bet you this is delicious.
So as long as it's been cool and dry, it should be fine.
Oh, it's been cool, dry.
Yeah,
I haven't had
have a nice flavor to it. I just
haven't
wish
opened
you
it
could
up.
still age where you're in a bottle. You know, like wine can age in a bottle. Whiskey cannot. Whiskey does not age once you take it out of the barrel. Same
Yep.
with most alcohols, but wine ages forever.
86 proof.
Yeah,
I bet you this.
pretty good. That's because it's not a single malt; it's a Scotch whiskey. And being that it's made in New York, it's definitely not a Scotch because they have to be in Scotland. What's up, Scotch?
So it wasn't a long shower. As soon as I got out of the shower, I was reminded that we need cigarettes, so I had to run to the gas station real quick.
Ah, Jesus.
Actually,
You know, if you quit
actually-
smoking, that wouldn't be a problem.
Actually, it said Black and White Buchanan's blended Scotch whiskey, distilled, blended, and bottled in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Distributed. It's only distributed by Fleischmann's in New York.
That's weird that they're calling it a Scotch whiskey, though. I'm used to it just being called Scotch, but
I'm used to it being one or the other, Scotch or whiskey.
well, no, you can have Scotch whiskey, but it might be a blend. Is it say blended? Oh, okay, it's blended. That's why it's a Scotch whiskey. It's blended. Single malt.
100% Scotch whiskey.
Yeah,
It says.
yeah, that's right. But it's a blend. The whole blended thing makes it a whiskey, a Scotch whiskey. Single malts are the only way to have a true Scotch.
Yeah.
Or blue.
I do love. I've had black and white before, and I really like it. It's good, but it's hard to find.
By
What's up, Michael?
appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, Scotch whiskey distillers.
Yep, that sounds like it sounds good.
I heard that
If
poor
I
blue
get too
sounded
bad-
good.
Too bad I couldn't ship you a bottle. I'd ship you a bottle, but you can't
Oh,
ship this
good.
in the mail.
Go to Google.
Good. That would be awesome.
Look how clear that is.
You missed me, bitch.
Yeah, if I sent this a bottle of this, he'd be on a live going like this.
No, I sip that stuff. I sip it all night.
Oh, I bet you if I sent you a bottle, you'd empty this bottle or try to.
Oh, I'd empty it, just not in one night. It'd be a good week or two.
I don't know if you can buy
Absolutely,
the
I'm
same.
enjoying the ride home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run into the gas station real quick so I can get me some cigarettes.
Okay, we'll watch your car for you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Could you imagine if a thief hopped in and stole it while we were on live on the thing and
Oh my god.
be like, hey,
That'd
buddy,
be-
we got a GPS on that thing. We're freaking calling the cops now. I suggest you just stop and get out before you go to jail.
So I'm drinking margaritas tonight, made with So apparently Kirkland no longer has their tequila anymore. The Costco Kirkland tequila,
Get the fuck
they
out
don't
of
have
here.
it anymore.
Did you notice how cheap Bud Light's gotten, or anything made by Anheuser-Busch is, I should say?
Oh yeah, yeah, they're hurting.
That's the stock to buy right now, Bud Light.
Yep, it's dropping. It will go back up. It will.
Exactly. It'll eventually go back up. You know it will.
InBev stock, so they have a lot of, and they're huge in Europe too.
Huge.
I already plan on buying some. I've had some people
Weird.
tell me I'm crazy.
What are you doing?
This is weird.
What's
Normally, when I'm on a panel, my
Yeah.
phone stays lit. It doesn't like like if you had a picture you were looking at and you didn't touch the screen and it eventually goes dark on its own.
weird? Right.
But that's what it's doing right now. It's almost like I'm looking at a picture because if I don't touch the screen, look, now it's dimming down and it's about to black out.
Wow.
But it normally never does that when I'm on a panel.
Well, turn your camera on. See if it changes that.
Huh?
I said, turn your camera on. See if that changes.
I think
Let me see the haircut. Come on, take the hat off.
It's short.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's army cut almost.
Mine will be Friday. Friday,
Yeah.
I can't cut
We got-
mine that short. My wife
Fresh
gets mad
cut,
if I
fresh
cut it that
shave.
short. Oh no,
I paid a guy to shave his head on a live stream here a couple weeks ago. I paid him $250 to shave his
Nope.
head bald.
It still does it. My screen's going black now.
What's that? It is.
Yeah, it's going to black out here in a second.
You might have to. You might want to do a reboot and come back in.
I actually like it like this. It'll conserve my battery.
Oh, okay. Then-
Although I won't be able to see the chat unless I turn the screen back on, but the chat's not flying fast at all, so we're good.
It's not moving hardly at all.
Yeah, I'm going to have to save that for a nice special night. That apple, I could drink that bottle on a night.
Oh yeah,
I
I can too. I could drink that bottle and a bottle of peach in one night. Trust me.
got 3/8 of juice I'm saving for Fort
Don't-
Takeover.
Don't ask me how I know I could drink a bottle of apple and a bottle of peach in one night. Don't ask, because
Oh, I'm
it's
good
possible.
you've done it.
I had a little help from one other person, but mostly it was me.
I get along
Jack
with
is
a little help
moving
from my
rather slowly
friends.
tonight. Damn, Mark, what an ass.
I get high with a little help from my friends.
This
Yeah, it's moving rather
has
slowly.
to be
We got a bottle of original Crown too, so
Oh
I can
yeah,
mix
there
it.
you go. Original Crowns. I love it. So original Crown for me, the first time I really started drinking that was when me and my friends used to go camping, and we would all bring a bottle of Crown, and every night we would pass it around the campfire until it was gone. And that's how I really started drinking Crown Royal, and I just really like it. I think it's a decent whiskey.
My father bought this in 2009, and it was never opened until about a week
Wow.
ago.
What's up, Nate?
He
So-
died in
What up, Mike?
2020, and we found it.
So Salty asked me a while back, out of all the cars I've ever worked on or ever built, which one was my favorite? This is my favorite. I am in love with this car.
Nice. If you love it so much, why don't you just marry it? Sorry.
I've tried, and he won't let me have it.
Sorry, I'm childish.
Wait,
So
he won't let me have it. What do you mean?
what?
It's his uncle's car.
Oh.
I get a kick out of that. The Crown Apple that I just had is 70 proof, and this is 80 proof.
Yeah. The regular's higher strength. They
I still
have
like
to-
Black Velvet.
So when they flavor liquors, it lowers the alcohol content because they're basically watering it down. By adding
Yeah,
the
I didn't know
flavoring.
that.
Yeah. So almost any flavored alcohol is going to have a lower content of alcohol in it.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Mike?
What, Mike?
It's funny. My
Hey,
neighbor
Mike's
was
Garage,
worried.
quick question. Did you say at a car show once that when the time comes, if we're ready to look for a Corvette to talk to you?
Yes, and you. Yes.
Okay. Kim said she remembered you saying that. I wasn't sure. I just want to make sure.
Correct, because my stepdad could probably find you one. Yes,
Are you looking
Okay.
for a Corvette?
That time is not now, but I just want to double check on it. That's all.
absolutely.
I was hoping you were looking for a Corvette and going through a midlife crisis.
No. I would trade my car for a Corvette, but not the one that we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
I'd trade my car for a C8 in a heartbeat.
really?
Oh, yeah,
With all the
dude.
problems they've
Oh,
been
yeah.
having with the engines?
Huh?
With all the engine problems they've been having?
Well, I mean, yeah, because it'd still be under warranty, so they'd be fixing it for free.
Yeah, but it's really slow to get them fixed, from what I understand.
This is true. That's why I tell them they can make my payments while I'm waiting.
But they won't.
Yeah, well, then I'll tell them they can keep the car, and I'll take my money back.
91 said that I'm at home in a Fox. Yeah, I love all hot rods and muscle cars, but my happy place is in a Fox body.
Your happy place is in an LS-powered Fox body. Come on now.
Sublime turd.
You know what?
Yeah,
If we were in the same room, Sublime, I would stomp on your toe.
That's note to self. Wear what are they called? Steel toe boots
Steel
when they're
toe.
going to be poor blue.
My happy place is an Audi TT Roadster.
or we could just say safety toe. I don't mind an Audi TT, but I prefer their
Ooh, we're changing his name to
series.
Sublime Turd.
I'm gonna hop off. I'll come back on if Shelly's. If
Right.
I'm home now, so I gotta find out if she's up, what kind of mood, because I've been gone. So,
Okay.
Okay.
We understand.
all right,
All right, buddy.
all right. I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Later.
All right.
I was gonna say I should. Oh no, he'd probably reject the package. He'd probably send a return to sender. Get him,
What?
find him an LS keychain or something like that, and send it to him.
That'd be funny.
So
Yeah,
Sublime,
probably.
I was
probably-
doing your kind of driving, and I got myself a ticket to the policeman's ball.
Really?
Yes,
Wait,
They still have policemen's balls.
yes, the policeman's ball. I was kind of doing 85 in a 55-mile-an-hour construction zone.
today?
Yes,
Why in the hell were you doing that?
Did he reduce the ticket or did he give you 30 over?
he reduced it down to 14.
Oh, well, at least he was nice enough to do that.
Wow. Yeah. 14 overs at least under 15, but it's
Yeah.
you can.
And in construction zone.
Ha, wow. But were workers present?
Sublime is
No, but
And depending on like in this state, if it's only double fines if workers are present.
yeah, it was Indiana.
Ooh,
Ah,
your ass.
Oh, you were heading home.
You are going to have a sore wallet pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to have it, a construction type ticket, or if he's just going to hit me
Holy
with a regular
shit.
one.
Yeah, I was going to say, normally he'll say if he removed it from the construction zone. And normally, if they're nice enough to reduce it down, they'll usually do both.
Usually.
I got a ticket in Indiana for a headlight out on my semi in broad daylight, and it was $400.
Oh, Jesus. That's ridiculous. That's a commercial ticket.
The size of this dead bug on my car is enormous.
But if he would have gotten me for, because he said he could have gotten me for reckless driving, I would have been kind of screwed. At the end, I thanked him and shook his hand after he gave me the ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh yeah, I go that far.
If he
could have
gives me a
pounded
warning,
my-
I'll shake his hand. But he's still making me pay money, so he'll just get a thanks for now.
Dude, if he could have taken my car, and I would have been.
Yeah, they.
They can.
How fast were you going?
Yes,
again?
I am a ticket expert, stupid fast.
85 and a 55, and he said he saw me hit a peak for a moment of 90. So 90
Wow.
and a 55 in a construction zone.
I
I'm
flew
gonna
past
guess I
somebody.
don't run a radar detector.
I did
I
have
had
a
a friend of
radar
mine-
detector. He didn't have his radar on. So what he did is he was in a black pickup truck that was lifted, that was all tinted out.
I hate that.
question.
bullshit. That is not
Question.
protecting and serving. That is fucking money making.
And
All
he
that
was-
is.
Question. Oh, I'm going to tell you how you get out of that ticket. Was it an undercover car?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Okay. It's illegal for them to do traffic patrol in an undercover car in any state in the United
Yes,
States.
that is
Undercover
correct.
cars are only for stakeout. If you go in there and tell them that you got a ticket with an undercover car and show them the law, that ticket has to be tossed out. They cannot do traffic patrol in an undercover cop. It's illegal.
That's how I got out of my last ticket too.
I'd have to go into Indianapolis and go to court.
It don't
Dude.
matter. It's worth it. It's worth it. I don't care if you lost a day's pay. It's worth it. You go in there and tell them this ticket is illegal. You cannot legally give me a ticket in patrolling an undercover unmarked car.
And
It's
if
illegal.
everybody knew that, they would stop doing it.
Dude, the town next to me that I never go into when I'm looking to have fun in my car, they pull so many people over with unmarked cars. It's ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
it's illegal.
It is illegal. They're not allowed to do that, especially state patrol, and they do it all the damn time.
It's illegal. You can get out of that ticket.
Yep. It's not. It's just not what those were made for.
Yes, wait, so Mr. Briggs, let me ask you this: can they write you a warning?
Nope. They have to. They can't even pull you over in an unmarked car.
They're
That's
not
only
supposed
for
to, but they do it all the
undercover.
time.
It's illegal. The only thing they can use it for is when you're they're
Surveillance.
investigating you. Surveillance. That's all unmarked cars are for.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah,
only
Washington-
money.
If you
for
don't
spending.
All they use.
If you don't drive into into Indianapolis to fight that ticket, you're a fool. You'll get it off your license, off your insurance, off everything.
Yeah, see, that's the Mike. You'll get double benefits on that, Mike. I mean, you may pay the same money because of missing out on that day's pay, but the fact that it won't hit your record is really where it's worth it.
It is definitely worth it, or at least
Yeah.
have an attorney do it for you.
Believe me, they
Uh-oh.
will throw it out. All you have to do is look up the law, take that
It's a
law,
Nate.
quote the law. They will have to throw it out.
Right, but I'm moving to North Carolina in 3 weeks.
It don't matter.
No,
If
but
it-
I'm
Tell you what, before I drove all the way to Indianapolis or Indiana, wherever, I would call them first and ask them, hey, in your state, is your unmarked undercover cops allowed to pull over and give traffic tickets? I would call
You don't
before
have
I
to
drove
have-
there.
It's in every state.
I don't give a shit. I mean, look here. You know how much it costs to make a phone call? Nothing. You know how
I'm
much it
looking-
costs to drive there? A lot in gas. So phone calls a hell of a lot cheaper.
I'm looking
I would-
online, and you're right. It is in Indiana. Operated
That's right.
as clearly marked as okay. So I never saw the side of the truck, so it could have had some police thing on it, but I never saw it.
They,
Oh,
I would
okay.
Most likely did. If it was lifted, it didn't.
It didn't. No.
Okay. But
Well,
if
in other
I,
words, how's everybody doing other than Mike? He's got a sore. He's gonna have a sore ass here for a little.
but if I'm in North Carolina at the time, I'm not driving all the way to Indiana for a court case.
Fuck no, I wouldn't either.
Then you can hire a lawyer for probably $100 and have him go do it. There are lawyers that'll do that on the for cheap pro bono.
Man, is there such a thing as a cheap lawyer?
Yep.
I was gonna
I've
say
actually.
Yeah, there is.
Yep.
I've never been able to find that motherfucker because mine's always been expensive.
I'm gonna tell y'all guys a little. No, I'm serious. There's a place called Open Road Drivers Plans that you can pay $15 a month and have a lawyer on detainment, and it's for truck drivers or passenger cars. Don't matter.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was a Legal Shield that I was part of, and it's like $30 a month, and I could look in on that.
I would.
So in Alabama,
Unmarked patrolling is illegal.
in Alabama, they're allowed to.
Allowed to what?
Unmarked cars are allowed to pull you over and give you a ticket in Alabama.
Each
That
state is
sucks.
In
different.
Alaska, they're allowed to, but best practice, they don't.
Well, if that's the case, you know Illinois is then too, because like I said, the town over from me and my town for that matter, They've got
I bet
unmarked
you
that pulls
just
people
about
over.
every state that's legal in now.
Unmarked vehicles, including motorcycles and semi-marked vehicles, can patrol and make arrests. That said, officers in such vehicles must defer to officers in marked vehicles during a pursuit whenever possible. An unmarked vehicle should not be the primary unit during a high-speed pursuit. That's it. That doesn't say they can't pull you over and give you a ticket.
That's right.
So in most states they can. Now,
Sorry,
it
dog.
includes all the
We're not
rules.
going out down for.
Oh,
Yeah.
so here's what. So I'm reading the statute. All right. Law enforcement officer may not arrest or issue traffic information summons per violation of Indiana law. Blah 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 blah.
So,
It
bro,
says unless
Hey, Jamie.
at the time of the arrest the officer is wearing a distinctive uniform and badge of authority, or operating a motor vehicle that is clearly marked. He was wearing a full uniform and had his badge and everything else.
Yeah.
So it's only illegal for the ticket if he was in plain clothes and an unmarked car. It might have been unmarked, but he was in a uniform.
Yeah. So yeah,
That makes sense.
That's what I
Sounds like
read.
to me, Mike. Sounds like to me, Mike. You got to pay a ticket, buddy.
Yeah.
that's
So
what I'm
it
saying.
used
I
to
don't
be.
want to fuck with
It
it.
used to be years ago illegal for them to do that in Washington.
Oh yeah, I can believe that too.
But I got out of my ticket because I paid. I had a $180 ticket, and this is years ago, like 2014, 2015. And I got pulled over for doing like 20 over. But the cop wrote all the ticket wrong. I just hired an attorney and paid $20 more than the ticket cost for the ticket to never be on my record at all.
Yeah.
It cost $20 more than the ticket because it was a $180 ticket. I paid $200 to an attorney. I never had to go to court. I didn't have to do anything, and it just went away.
Shit, that's a good tip. That's a good thing then.
Yep, it was.
Hell yeah, I agree, 100%. That's a
Didn't
good
lose
thing.
time off of work or anything,
Exactly.
but it saved me money in the long run. What's up?
Hell
Mike?
yeah. Especially,
Boost Daddy.
Boosted
if you're,
dick.
if you're traveling out of town and you happen to get pulled over and get a ticket out of state, that's always a huge damn inconvenience,
Oh.
especially if they want you to show up and be person at court. Be in person at court date. That's a
I
bitch.
got a ticket when I was stationed at Redstone Arsenal back in 93, 94, when I was stationed here in Alabama, and I was driving home, and I got a ticket in Tennessee in Murfreesboro, and I wasn't even speeding when I got this ticket, and I had somebody in my car with me that knew I wasn't speeding. I was actually doing the speed limit, and I got pulled over, and the cop swore I was speeding. But it was the car going the other way, flying out of town, that he couldn't go after because he was out of his jurisdiction at that point. That was probably speeding. I was coming in on a rainy night to a stoplight that was at red. I was doing 35, and I got the ticket. And what they do there is, because I was from out of state, they took my license from me. And I needed that license to get back on post. But they gave me a note. Which, that was a fun hassle.
Yeah.
To whom it may concern.
Yeah, I bet that
Oh, it
wasn't
was
any
so
fun.
much
Holy
of it. It
shit.
was so idiotic.
Please sell my son a
I just
pack of
paid
cigarettes.
the ticket. I paid the ticket so they sent me my goddamn license back.
As these cigarettes are not for him, they are for me. Thank you, his mother.
I think they did that so you wouldn't get a ticket on a ticket, because then you're like, well, I don't have my license on me now. I'm going to drive better.
Well, no, they gave me the thing so that I could prove that I had a license. They had, but this is bullshit. You shouldn't be able to take my goddamn license from me for a small, like a 10 over. It wasn't even a big ticket. It was under 10 over.
I got a parking ticket one time in Maine. I was on vacation in Maine, Kennebunkport, Maine to be exact. And I was going to this one lighthouse, no parking around it. So I parked about 3 blocks away on a residential street. Came back, got a parking ticket for illegal parking. Drove right to the police station. I said, "What's this crap?" It's illegal parking. I said, "Really?" I this is about 2 or 3 years ago. There's no sign on the street that says no parking. None. So why is that illegal? Guy gave me some complimenting bull crap story. I said there has to be a clearly marked sign, no parking. There is no sign saying no parking there at all. It's because I'm out of town and you're trying to get revenue. No, it ain't. Okay. I call bluff. So the court was for a week later, and I was on vacation. I went and took my car, left at the motel I was staying at, and rented a car with Maine plates, and left it in that same parking spot while I went back to that lighthouse. It was there all day long, not one parking ticket. Went there, took a picture of about 8 other cars that were from out of state. They all had a ticket on it. Then I turned around, went and drove back up to Maine the following week. Took a day off from work. The court was on a Monday, and I took a long weekend. Went up there and drove up there to fight that ticket. I won because I said that I said there's no parking sign there, none.
New York.
Usually I can say this. Usually when I get a ticket, I've always earned that motherfucker.
Yep.
I'm usually guilty, and I know I'm guilty.
So when I moved to New York, they took my when I went to get my New York State driver's license, they took the picture and everything. Well, in Pennsylvania, you just get a new license there at the DMV. Well, that's not how it works in New York State. We'll mail it to you in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, we need your PA state driver's license. We'll give you a piece of paper. For 2 weeks, I had people buy me cigarettes. I was 24 years old. They rejected me because I did not have a photo ID. I said, do you understand I just moved here? It doesn't matter. We have to have a photo identification. Like, you got to be kidding me. So for the next 2 weeks, I can't go to the bar. I don't know I know nobody here. So now I'm paying people to buy me cigarettes like a homeless person.
Why? Where'd you move to New York?
I moved from Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, up to around Rochester.
You still in Rochester?
Yeah.
Rottenchester. Rottenchester.
No, it's not Rochester. It's Rottenchester.
Sublime.
Rochester.
Sublime.
Let's just put it this way. I'm 2 hours south of you in Elmira, New York. I've been here my entire life. You are in Rochester. You know why? As bad as Elmira, New York is, I can still walk up my front door and walk my dog without getting worried about getting a crackhead trying to mug me. Hey, how about you walk down where you're at?
Elmira it's old, but it's not a shitty town. Like, I go down there to Arnott Ogden all the time for work. So, like, it's an old town, and there's not as much business and stuff there, so there's not as much life, but it's still a reasonable old town. It's just getting old. Rochester's just run down because of all the idiots.
What do you mean getting old? We've been around since 1792. What do you mean getting old? We're older than Rochester.
Rochester's a lot worse shape, so.
No, Rochester.
Good old Rochester.
I've been to Rochester. I drive by there. I go to Rochester Rochester, as I like to call it, every day, Monday through Friday.
Let my dog back in. I'll be right back.
And I'm 20 minutes. And if you've been to Elmira, you should be able to tell these guys that there's Dollar Generals closer than 7 miles apart. They're all over here.
They're still building them everywhere. There's 2 going in within 7 miles of my house in separate towns when they already have one.
Where the hell would you go? What if you go to Arnott? I wouldn't admit that. That's the shittiest hospital in the state. They're being charged. We got somebody in the basement.
Hold on. Oh, look who's back.
I wouldn't take my dog to Arnott Hospital.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
My wife sent me on
Instagram,
and I just saw it. She sent it a week ago. But it's funny because it's true. But things that used to hurt my back, jumping off of garages, crashing my bike, falling out of a tree, diving in shallow end, and contact sports. And now things that hurt my back now is sneezing, mopping the floor, washing the dishes, brushing my teeth, tying my shoes, and rolling over in bed.
Wait, don't forget turning around to look at something.
Yeah. Turning around to look. Well, it's kind of like rolling over in bed too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. I wish I was my younger self so I could do the things I used to do without so much issue.
Oh yeah, and Jamie, the reason why the hospitals ain't bad in Rochester is because of all the shootings up there, so they have to have a good place to treat people.
Easy now. I don't believe they're that good. I've been in them. I don't think they're much better than Arnott Ogden. Unity is bad, but like Rochester General is horrible. That place, I wouldn't take anybody there. If I had a choice of die or go there, I'd probably die.
You probably die if you go there.
Probably die on my way.
Well, if I had a heart attack right now, I'd call 911. They'd come here, and when they got here, if it was the last word I said, take me to Corning Hospital, or Robert Packard, CRPA. You take me to Arnott, I'm gonna haunt your ass when I die.
Guthrie Health System, yeah, they're decent.
These bowlers suck. I've never watched a professional bowling thing on TV, and don't ask me why it's even on my television right now.
And now you know why you've never watched one, right?
And neither one of them has a strike yet. What the fuck? These guys suck. I could probably keep up with these guys.
That's the beginners league.
Hold on, let's see.
Today, Sublime?
What's up?
Did you watch a race today?
I did. Did you see the Ross Chastain?
Oh, that was fantastic.
I haven't seen professional bowling in 20 years.
PBA Bowling Players Championship match play action. These guys are from the Professional Bowling Association.
Man, the only thing I like to do when I go bowling is drink beer and talk shit. I don't even give a damn if I bowl good. I just want to drink beer and talk shit.
Well, so it's cheaper to come here then because you talk shit here and drink beer probably.
Yeah. I mean, I'd come here. I mean, on here, but if you talk about coming to New York, I ain't lost a goddamn thing in New York.
Oh, Jesus. So I raced a guy in the C8 today, young kid. He gets next to me after the race. He's like, Jesus, my thing's like a Prius next to that thing.
That made you feel good, didn't it?
How we know my Sublime was asking about where he could get a Corvette. We got beat.
No, I didn't want that one. Like I said, the only thing I would consider getting is the Z06. There's no other.
So the
Z06.
I like the C8. Oh, I'm sorry, Blue. Go right ahead, buddy. How you doing?
No, go ahead, man.
I said, don't get me wrong. I really do like the looks of the C8 and stuff. But, man, I would absolutely love a C7 Z06. God, I think those are awesome cars.
I can't stand them at all. I understand that people love them, but I don't like them at all. Not even a little bit.
The C7s?
Or the 8s.
Man, the C7 is just a beautiful body style. My God.
Yeah, I think. I tell you what, I would rather have a fucking. If I had money falling out of my ass, I would have an Acura NSX before I had that fucking junk ass C8.
Well, I would love to have an Acura NSX too, but those some bitches just ain't hardly around anymore.
To me, a V8. To me, I'd rather have a V8 swap Pontiac Fiero than one of these new fucking C8 pieces of shit.
You know what? I wouldn't mind having one of those either because that could be a fun car.
I've ridden in one. They're scary as fuck.
The Pontiac Fiero, they missed their calling on that car. They should have made that a convertible.
They should have made it.
No, they shouldn't have.
No,
that would have just been another fucking parts car. So no,
and it was already one of the most dangerous cars on the road. Make it a convertible, and it gets even worse.
No shit. Dude,
the Pontiac Fiero was the most structurally sound car GM ever built. It could take on a head-on collision of 50 miles an hour. It had a totally skeleton underneath that shell.
And kill the passengers in the vehicle.
Yeah, and launch the fucking car hitting it head on, and they're going to kill the goddamn car behind them because they're going to land in the fucking windshield.
My sister drove a 1985
So we're going to launch them like a ramp.
Up a pole.
Yeah.
And lived to tell about. She walked away.
Hey, there is a Pontiac Fiero online that's set up as a gasser. It does look kind of cool.
Really? Which version of the? Which version of the Fiero though? The
It was
hatchback or the old
it-
like this like cut off notchback looking kind of deal?
it was the cut off notchback looking one.
Oh, okay. Because I like the last version of the car they did when they did that. I love that swoop down fastback looking shit. Man, that was a good looking body style.
I love a rag top.
Factory built parts cars.
I do too if it's connected to the right female.
Convertibles make great parts cars.
They're all
So,
because you don't feel
yeah.
bad about cutting them up.
I know, right? I will chop up a convertible and not think twice.
Hell no, I don't.
So, like I said, it depends on the convertible. Like, say, the old Spitfires that I like, those are convertibles. I don't even know if I know they made a hard top for them. They were usually removable.
Now, like I said, there is certain convertibles that I would not chop up. Like a 63 Corvette, I would not chop it up. 57
car.
Chevrolet, I would not chop it up.
Oh, it's not a parts
Parts
job.
No, you're wrong.
A Thunderbird, I would not chop it up. Old 62 convertible SS Impala, I would never chop it up because I absolutely love that car.
See, to me, it's either a parts car or sell that motherfucker off to somebody else so I ain't stuck with the fucking thing. For real. Because, yeah, the car itself is amazing, but the convertible top makes it useless to me. So it's either for sale to some other sucker that's going to give me more money than it's actually worth, or it's a fucking parts car.
You're saying
What?
Damn! What?
you're saying a 63 split window Corvette is a parts car.
It ain't a split window because it's a fucking convertible.
That's true.
They didn't make
There
a
you
convertible
go.
60. Well,
There you
wait,
go.
he didn't say. Okay, never mind. I thought he was talking about a split window one. Okay, never mind.
Split window, if I'm
a
right.
split
is only-
window is a
it's
split
1 year.
window, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
split window is a 1 year car. So,
Yeah,
And when it
63.
goes, so here's the deal. Absolutely, the only Corvettes I like are 57 to 67. Period.
Okay.
Well, okay.
I don't like any other Corvette ever produced. Absolutely think they are disgusting. 57 to 67.
look at stupid fast trucks in the chat. Oh, you're breaking my heart.
Hey, it's and 58 is my absolute favorite. It
know what? I
is
like a
the
58.
most beautiful Corvette. Honestly, to be honest, the 58 Corvette, in my opinion, is probably one of the most beautiful automobiles GM ever produced.
Well, I thought
In
it was
my
C8
opinion.
personally, I like the C8 better.
Okay. And see, and that's why we can get along, because we all have our own opinions. We can talk shit to each other and we can still hang out and be buddies.
Oh, I don't care which one you like better. I just like the C8, but actually, those are beautiful. They are top, but they are not a handling car that I want.
Right, but you like to go around corners. I mean, to me, that 58 Corvette, I would not touch it. I would want that fucking thing with the factory spoked hubcaps. I would want it to be as original as possible, and that fucking thing needs to be black with blood red interior.
Really? You like
Lord.
the
Yes.
Yeah, I think that does look
I
good
wouldn't
too.
mind having one. That would be a great car to have. They are beautiful cars, but
That sounds like a Ken Diggett build.
Just
The
as
black with the
factory
blood red
like it
interior,
rolled off
that
the
is beautiful.
yes, factory like it rolled off the showroom floor. Factory.
8-track player included.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I don't have any 8-tracks left. I think that I lost all my 8-tracks finally.
That car would just sit. That car deserves to be on a fucking pedestal when it comes to the GM cars.
It broke a lot of barriers.
Yeah,
It is,
they're really nice looking cars.
yeah, and And I understand other people like other cars. I mean, I don't like the early Chevelles. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the 67, the 66, 67, 68, 69 Chevelles. I can't fucking stand them.
What are your thoughts on
I-
the original, the first Chargers? Like the 60, what was it, 66?
66, 67 slope back. I love
I
them.
love them things.
Those are beautiful. Love those. Sorry, I had to go.
I'm finna say, what was you saying there, Pete? All I heard was.
No, sorry, I'm eating French fries.
He had his mouth full.
Yeah, I'm telling you, hairball and all.
In hell last night.
He had hairball and all, boy.
He shoved it all in his mouth. So I love the
French fries. Leave me alone.
I love the Chargers and I love the old Cornettes and I love a lot of the Mustangs. I'm picky about so many different things, man.
What about
I
the
just-
Corvairs?
The Corvairs,
Most dangerous car built.
I think it was a cool concept. I mean, like I said, if it had stayed a concept. But-
The owner of my old company, that is his favorite car ever. And we worked in crash testing safety. And his
They
favorite
just
car
didn't
is one of the most
execute that
dangerous
car
cars
good.
ever built.
Yeah, they just didn't execute that car good.
What
So-
was the idea of that car?
So what now? Was that Nate?
What's the idea behind that car?
to compete with the Volkswagen
Volkswagen.
because of the air cooled, no water,
Okay.
low maintenance.
That makes sense.
So I seen a Corvair station wagon and I absolutely loved it. It was a two-door station wagon Corvair. I don't know if it was created.
Dude, I
Or
don't know
if
if
they
I've
were
ever seen
rare.
one of those.
Sublime.
It was so beautiful.
What?
Sublime.
That car's gone.
Really?
Yeah, on both StreamYard and it's gone.
I'll be
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in a moment.
But your icon's gone over here.
Yeah, it's gone on StreamYard and on YouTube.
But like you said, when you said that, Blue, I don't think I've ever seen Corvair station wagon.
I just Googled it. That is a badass looking car.
There it is.
You Googled it?
Yeah, I there's a two-door dragster. Now that is something I can see you in.
As the wagon? You found it as a wagon?
It's all matte
It's
black.
different, isn't it? It's bad as fuck.
Even
I
the
Google
saw
it, Salty.
a wagon for sale the other day on Marketplace, and if I had the money, I probably would have bought it, just because it's like the Steve Morris wagon, same one with the rear seat on it.
So
Yeah,
I've
on the
always
on
had
the LCD
attachments
wagon.
to wagons for some reason.
Oh yeah, I love me a wagon, dude.
So-
I wish I still. My first brand new car I ever bought was a wagon.
Never was a big wagon person.
I'm gonna tell you what I liked, and they made like just a few of them, and they were, yeah, I don't know if exactly they were sold in California, but that's where they all wound up was in California, and that was the 65 concept wagon Mustang.
Okay, so there was only a few of them, and you are right. They're the ones that I know of have been found in California. I did find one, and if you do enough research, you'll find a few of them. There's one in Canada, and there may be more, but the original station wagons built by Ford, I read that there was like 5 of them. They were all supposed to be crushed.
Yep.
But 2 of them slipped through the cracks. So out of the real ones, supposedly there's only 2 of them that really exist. All the others are home built.
And I don't understand why they did not build that car because I thought it was
Because
cool
it
looking as
wasn't-
hell.
It wasn't
Just like-
what they wanted.
Just like when they were gonna turn the Probe into the Mustang and make the Mustang front wheel drive, it got so bad a hate from all the people that's why.
Could
I
you
don't
imagine
understand how it could have
if that
got so
had
much
happened?
hate though. It was a 65. the Mustang was only built in 64 and a half. So that's what I'm saying. It wasn't out long enough. The Mustang had not been out long enough for it to garner that much hate. That's
Dude,
the part
when the Mustang, the problem is when the Mustang got released, it spread like fucking wildfire.
Oh yeah, that's true. It
was
did.
an instant hit with
Instant.
everybody.
And don't forget, they had the Falcon before that everyone fucking loved.
I would still love to get a nice 64 Falcon.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So-
all would. I love that
When-
one too.
They had already been into the pony cars because of the Falcon. Don't forget, in 63, they started putting V8s in the Falcon.
True.
Little bitty, a 63 260 with a 4-speed. So they started the pony car stuff early, right?
Yeah.
And by the time late 64 came out, they had the 64 Ranchero Falcon Sprint. They had the 64 Falcon V8. So when the 65 Mustang 64 and a half got released, it fucking popped because all they had before that in V8 style was Galaxies and Fairlanes and and don't forget the Fairlanes and the Comets were original pony cars too.
Yep. They were.
So by the time the Mustangs came out, everybody was already absolutely in love with the pony cars. A little bitty compact car with a V8.
When the Mustang
It's
hit the
funny how the
market,
Mustang-
that some bitch sold like wildfire.
The
dude.
Mustang became iconic in its third year.
Yep.
By the time the 66 came out, it was already an iconic car.
Yeah, and for real, Mustang is bigger than Ford.
Torino.
No, I believe that. Hell yeah,
Pony car,
100%. I agree with that.
What'd you say, Pinks?
Barbecue Mike said, "What about the Torino wagon?" I said, "I don't think the Torino is a pony car, though.
It's
No.
not. It's a bigger car.
Yeah, it's a big car.
I love the Torinos. I'm a big fan. I wasn't a fan of the Torino wagon though. I like the Torinos and the Torino fastbacks. But the wagons, not so much of a fan of them on that. But like a Falcon wagon, yeah, I'd take one of those.
See, I wasn't a fan of the Trino wagon back in the day, but
Yeah.
now that I'm just in love with the damn wagons, I'd love to have a Trino wagon now.
I gotta say, I haven't seen a Torino wagon in so long that I may not have the same feelings I did back in the day.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't mind having a Torino GT. That would be nice.
God, hell yeah.
So
Who's got the money?
in 64 when the Mustang came out, Dodge had the little Dodge Dart with a 273 and a 904 or 727 or a 4-speed, and it was a
What year did you say?
and by 65 Dodge had already had
You're talking little squarebacks, right?
the little ones.
Oh, I love those little guys.
Yeah, I had a 65 Dart GT with a 273 and a
That's back when
4-speed.
Dodge made good cars.
Yes.
Still like Dodge.
So they had the 63 Dart GT V8 4-speed and automatics. They had the 64 Barracuda V8 automatic or 4-speed. Okay. And then Chevy had the Chevy 2, the 62, 63 Chevy 2 Nova. So by the time the Mustang came out, it fucking broke the world.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Chevy 2 basically turned into the Chevelle?
No,
No. It
no,
was turned into the Nova.
the Nova.
Nova. Okay.
The Chevelle and Malibu are the same car.
Okay.
That's one of my dad's favorite cars when he was young, when he married my mom. And he came home one day and asked her what the hell she'd done with it, why it wasn't in the garage or in the driveway. Somebody'd stolen it.
Well, let me ask you something, because my memory is not serving me correctly now. What came out first, the GTO or the Chevelle?
GTO.
Yeah.
GTO.
GTO was 64, 65.
So
You know something?
they
You're right,
came
you're
out
right,
the
you're right.
same year.
Really?
But yes, but technically the GTO came out because it was the Pontiac Star Chief that actually got turned into the GTO.
Okay.
And it was like 63 Pontiac Star Chief. And
Mike Garage, is he
64,
still on the panel with us?
64 was the first year of the Pontiac GTO. Does anybody know how that started?
No.
I'm still salty.
What did you say?
Okay, I was just curious. I hadn't heard. I was asking, is Mike's Garage still here? Because I hadn't heard his voice in a long time.
Yeah, I'm giving myself my shot.
Oh,
So
Shit. Thank you for saying that. I gotta get mine.
so
Right,
GTO is actually,
shot in the leg.
if you look it up, the GTO, they actually took the wives of the executives took the car out before it was named. It hadn't been out in public, and they went out gallivanting around. And when they came back, the husband said, "Did you girls have a good time out?" And that is where the GTO came from. It was actually started for the women because it was girls' time out.
But
That is
wasn't
what
the
it
name-
actually.
but wasn't the name actually the letters to the GTO? Wasn't that? Did it? Yeah, I'm going to say, did it? Chevrolet steal that name from Ferrari?
Okay, so if you watch the
There you
actual
go.
documentary,
There you go, MJ.
if you watch the actual documentary about the GTO, then that is not what they say on that documentary. They say it was because the wives of the executives stole the prototype and went out at gallivanting around. That's what they said.
I had
Just
heard
like
that.
they said that the fucking bow tie on the Chevrolet, the fucking executive was sitting in his house trying to figure out what the new design for the emblem was going to be, and he's just sitting there drinking a beer with his wife, and the bow tie. No shit, in the fucking documentary.
No, I'm laughing
It's
at
a-
what MGI said right there in the chat. and I could have swore that's what he said. That's the reason why I was asking. Didn't Chevrolet or GMC rather, didn't they steal that from overseas? Because that is what the Ferrari made.
Hey, they say that the fucking dude on the GM on the Chevrolet bow tie was sitting there having a beer with his wife and fucking sitting at the kitchen table, and the wallpaper on the wall had that design, and that's where he got the design for the bow tie.
That documentary was full of shit. Okay.
I know. That's what I said about
Yeah, a lot
MJI.
of them are. MJI, a lot of those documentaries are, and they pander to anybody who wants to watch them.
Hey, the other part of the documentary said that salvage yards were started because of Chevrolet too, GM products, because in the 20s, I believe it was in the 20s, Chevrolet would not sell parts for their fucking trucks or their cars, and an old man crashed his brand new truck and set it in his backyard, and he got hit had a broken rear end, and he couldn't get parts for it, and then one of his neighbors down the road crashed his truck, and he ended up buying the truck from that old man and brought it home and used it for parts to fix his. And then another guy seen him having a couple of them in the backyard, and then he came over and asked him, "Hey, can I buy some parts off that truck to fix mine?" And that's how that turned in Chevrolet. GM is the reason we have salvages.
There were salvage yards before that.
In the 20s?
Well, you got to remember Henry
There were
Ford didn't build.
salvage yards since the beginning of time, basically.
You remember Henry Ford cars didn't break down.
For other things.
Well, you could go into Ford and buy, and Henry Ford would sell you parts for the cars.
Well, I'm just saying that salvage yards, not just talking like for cars, but just for things.
Okay, let me rephrase it. Auto salvages.
Other things.
Junkyard.
Okay, let me rephrase it. Auto salvages.
Auto salvage just was another form of the salvage yard. Because
Right.
before cars, they were salvaging other things at places where they'd have a conglomeration of stuff, and you could go there and buy used parts.
Down here in Georgia, I don't think nobody's ever called it a salvage yard. It's just called a junkyard. It's just a junkyard.
He said that documentary was full of shit. Hey, I'm just telling you what they said, man.
Hey,
On
Salt,
the documentary about GM.
I don't
Yeah,
know what
Mike,
shot
what's up,
you're
buddy?
taking, Mike, but the
Salt, you
one I
don't
just took first.
remember Boneyard?
Yeah,
Yep.
the old boneyards.
Oh, you don't know, you better ask somebody.
Hey,
Mike's garage. What shot are you taking? Because I just took my shot and it hurt like a son of a bitch again.
I know my GTO will stand for gas, tires, and oil.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So Mike's garage, what
But-
shot did you just take? That's what Pink just asked you.
Mine hurt today because I put it in a different area than I usually do, I think.
Well, you're not supposed to stick it in the head of your dick.
Nah, you're funny.
That would hurt too.
Yeah, it would. Oh, that would. No. Nah,
I know, right? I
I
know,
don't
right?
even
No.
think about how much that would hurt.
I
Oh
know,
my
right?
god, it's one of those auto injector pens too. So it's Sublime just left. Well, we've lost Sublime because he couldn't handle that talk.
See, there's another thing too. Have you ever seen these kids who get these tattoos on their lips? I'm
Oh,
like, how in the fuck can
how
you
about the ones
stand
on
that
their
pain?
eyelids?
I mean, how the hell could they sit there and stand that pain? Oh,
because they're so fucking high on drugs, man.
Or inside their gums.
I'm like, God.
Damn, Sublime, are you still there? Because you disappeared and came back without your avatar again.
See, my phone went black, dude, and I walked away from it for a second because I was
That's
making
what
a bowl of
happens. When your
cereal.
phone goes black, your avatar goes away because it's not transmitting, I guess.
Yeah, let me ask you, since both of you guys have got Android phones, since this last update, have you noticed during the stream your phone goes black now?
Mine don't.
Mine is doing it for the first time tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine has been doing that for the last couple of nights, and it never did that before that last fucking update.
Well, my last update didn't make that change, but I don't use my phone.
Change your settings.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
gonna
what-
be the setting.
I went in there and went to the screen, you know, where you can set the timeout limit,
Yeah.
and the timeout limit only goes to 10 minutes. There is no
You can
never
set it
option.
for never.
Where's that fucking option at then? Because I
should
don't
be
have
there.
that option. No, it's not.
Well, yours is fucked up.
You go to display, you scroll. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
Okay, you scroll down here.
you. Let's see.
Screen timeout right here.
Time out.
There
Mine said
is-
it was
there-
a minute. Yeah. I guess
There's
10
no
minutes
never.
is the most it's got, but
Yeah,
I
10
always
minutes
have
is the
mine
most
set
it's
for
got.
1 minute.
For 1 minute?
Yeah, that's where I keep mine because I don't use my phone for live streams. But
Yeah, it's like my
never had a
font
problem having
size.
a video playing and having it shut off on me.
Dude, it's like my font size. I mean, because I'm blind as fuck.
You know, if
I
you
got-
go to the YouTube side and look at YouTube instead of staying in StreamYard, it should stay on.
Nope, mine won't.
Even in YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah,
So you
mine
can't
won't
even
either.
watch a video?
And I'm gonna tell you what happens is when your screen goes black, nobody on the panel can hear you no more either.
really?
You go silent. Yeah, because I was talking to you guys like
There you go, silent again.
Oh,
Salty. He was. I was talking to you guys, and he just stopped.
Oh, just like that.
What's up, downhill?
Made.
okay, what about now? Can you hear me now?
I
Yep.
can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like my damn when the screen goes black, dude, the sound goes off. Nobody can hear you talk.
What's up, David?
It's fucked up
that's
the way that
fine.
works.
That's kind of a mess. That's mess. So even if you're watching YouTube, this video on YouTube is playing, it'll go black.
Yep.
no, I
after
think
10
if you actually watch the stream, it will probably, if maybe the fact that nobody has their camera on has something to do with it, and it's acting like it's a still shot. You know what I mean?
well, you're
Yeah,
you're
but-
on, but you're on a live stream on the panel, so your phone should stay active. It shouldn't go black.
It should. And even without anything, if you're watching YouTube, the YouTube video is sending something, so it shouldn't, whether there's cameras on or not, it should stay live. It should stay.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, it is sending and receiving at the same time. So it's got
exactly because
it's got shit going on. So it shouldn't black out.
What's up, done with it?
I don't understand
Mine,
why. It's
mine
doing that.
don't.
When is the last time
It's
you
got to be
updated
in your
phone?
settings.
I got
The
the
other
same phone
day.
you got. I got the same
The
phone
other
you
day.
got.
Oh my
I
God,
got it.
GI.
I got an S22 Ultra. I got the same phone you got.
Christ, MJI.
I'm gonna tell you, the best tattoo I've ever seen in
The
my life
fuck?
was at a strip club. I walked up to the damn, up to the stage to tip the girl $1, and she had a damn little dude in a set of overalls pushing the lawnmower, cutting her patch of grass out. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
I have seen that one too.
I said, that shit's badass.
Who did we just lose? Was it Mike's garage?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, there's an old dude. I seen the tattoo of an old dude that was going bald. Used the lawnmower tattooed on his head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've seen that before too. That's not original anymore.
But see, I don't know what setting on my phone that I can change to stop it, the screen from going black.
Well, if you figure it out, let me know. And
I know,
actually,
no,
I think
right?
I think the best tattoo I've ever seen is the one on Kim's back, the American Eagle, with the American flag inside the eagle's body.
I think
Do you actually got a picture of that tattoo without showing any of her body parts?
I've seen part of her tattoo when she was wearing a tank top. So
So I'm saying,
Yeah.
do you got a full picture of that tattoo without showing like her ass or boobs or anything like that?
It's on her upper back, so next time she comes down, I can show it to you.
Okay,
It's
you
not
gotta do
hard.
that, dude, because
I saw it in a tank top. So
I like seeing cool ass tattoos.
I like that tat. It's pretty cool. No, it did not get revealed yet. If you're talking about Brailsford's car.
Man, Brett was gonna drag this shit out for about 5 videos.
You know what? If it works, it works. He's got more.
I agree.
To do. So, no, he's not. He's going to actually show it in the next video, I believe, if he gets the one he was trying to.
I hear you, MJ.
The Bam Bam Bigelow.
I just don't know if I could sit there and let somebody tattoo the top of my head. That shit would have to hurt.
Not too bad. You won't feel it. You'd be brain dead. So. I agree with you. I think the top of the head would hurt a lot.
What about what about those guys that get tattoos on their peckers or on their balls?
Fuck that. They're
I
just
think
stupid.
those
They ain't
guys
got no.
are idiots.
Them motherfuckers need to go to an insane asylum.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Now look, I don't want no needle near my dick, dude. I'm sorry. That's a no.
Well,
What about the ones where they get the piercings and shit?
I don't need no piercing on my dick. I want that one hole pisses enough. I don't need the extra.
I don't need no extra holes.
They got that one tattoo that's called the or that piercing that's called the Jacob ladder.
The Jacob
And
Ladder,
there's-
yes.
Yeah, it's got like six fucking barbells that go all the way through your pecker.
Man, them motherfuckers done lost their
strange.
fucking minds.
They done lost their minds.
You fucking them guys are stupid.
And then there's also those they get pearls embedded in their skin, so it's like a French tickler or whatever.
Godly.
I just use that funky condom that does it. Fuck that.
If you know what you're doing, you don't need no kind of shit like that.
Exactly. Hey, let's get this back on track here. What are we talking about?
Yeah, somehow we got to talk about men's dicks.
I think that was all you.
No, that was Ford Blue. He mentioned that shit first, not me.
So this is on LMC. It just popped up on my feed. This is a vehicle that didn't make America. It's a 99-01 Ram Charger. Does that not look like an extended cab 1500 with a caravan back?
I don't know why that wouldn't have made them.
That is a real truck.
Yeah, they say. I mean, it's LMC. I wouldn't think they'd lie about it.
No, it is a real truck. It's made in Mexico only.
It looks like a Trailblazer in the back and a Durango in the front.
It does.
If you look at it, and we have one running around here in Wichita. It's from Mexico. They have Mexico tags on it, and it's a real truck, and it looks cool as fuck in person.
It's definitely different.
Yes.
I think that would definitely been that'd have been a better replacement for the Durango rather than actually having a Durango.
Well, it's a full size truck.
I wouldn't call it a truck. At that point, it's an SUV.
Well,
It was probably a
they
1500.
It's not
the first it is a 1500. It is a full size, and down there in Mexico, they actually call it a Ram Charger.
But it's
Well, see, what
not
I'm-
an open bed. That's the thing. If it had an open bed, I'd call it a truck. With the closed-in bed, it's an SUV.
Right. It's
They call it
got
a house down there.
I agree with that, Pink.
they've got the extra seats in the back like an actual SUV and shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's the part I don't understand about Dodge. Ford and Chevy both made a big SUV. You know,
Very
like
large
now,
SUVs. The Expedition.
Expedition, and then Ford made the fucking Excursion.
And
Dodge never made a
Suburbans and
big.
shit.
Dodge never made a big one. They made the Durango, and that was it. Never made a big SUV.
I thought they made a bigger one at one time.
No, it was a Durango, dude. That was the biggest one they had.
My dad had an Excursion. That son of a bitch. And it had the barn doors on the back. That thing was.
Oh yeah.
I had an Excursion with a 7.3 turbo diesel in it. Loved the hell out of that truck.
My dad's was gasoline.
There's a few of those Excursions with Cummins swaps around here.
Yeah. Oh, look who's back. I didn't have to bring him back in, so he dropped out weird.
Hey guys,
Hey,
battery,
how you doing?
battery had died on my Mac.
Yeah.
And I plugged it in, and then it just popped back in. So
It popped
My
you back
apologies.
in because you never left, but look at your avatar.
Well, welcome back there, Mike.
Just like Sublimes, your avatar is gone.
there you go.
I'm trying to fix it.
It's so weird.
Well, if you come back in on a different device, it doesn't bring back your avatar. So, like, if I get on my phone, my avatar's gone. I'm on my computer like I always am.
Mine works on both because I sign into the same account.
Well, that's the thing is I
Mark-
don't sign in. That's probably why.
Mark, they still do down here if you have the right Excursion with the lower miles and according to what package this got, they still go for big money down here too.
Versions are
Fuck yeah, they do.
nice vehicles. They really are. My dad had a nice one. I loved it.
They're not
So-
cheap here.
If you guys get on Facebook, there's a group. It's called, let me look. I'll tell you exactly what it's called. It's the most amazing group. You see some of the oddest vehicles with like no miles on them. And it's still a lot of things from overseas show on there. It's like unappreciated survivors, but I got to look up exactly what it is.
Blue, was you on here last night when I was telling them half-assed garage caught on fire and burnt down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost 3 of his damn cars inside of his shop.
I
and all
was
that shit.
barely in the stream last night, and I heard that, and that hurt me.
That broke my heart, dude.
About that.
When I watched his video yesterday, dude, he was trying. You know how he is when he's building his cars. He's always laughing, making fun of himself and stuff. He was trying his best to do that, but you could hear it in his voice. That shit was just tearing his ass apart.
Down with it. The best thing you can do for that is put it on jack stands and pull the valve stems.
There you go. you got it quicker than I did. I just said jack stands is the easier way, but I don't usually pull the valve stems.
I let the air out of them.
I'll let the air out, but I won't usually pull. I'll pull them and put them back in. I can do that.
Yeah, down with it. You ever heard of it? It's called Half-Ass Garage.
Yeah.
The dude is freaking awesome. He's a Canadian, and that dude is an awesome fucking car builder, dude.
Wow. Your Supercharged Bonneville got creamed by an Excursion. Those things are huge. That
So-
would kill Bonneville so quick.
So down with it. Something that you can do. You said to counteract flat spotting. Overinflate your tires before you go to store the car. So let's just say if the tire says 45 psi max, put it at 45 psi, store it, and then lower it down to your regular level when you're ready to start driving it again, and that will keep it from having flat spots, or at least minimize it.
That only works if it's only going to be stored for like a season. If it's going to sit for years, that don't work.
For years, it doesn't work. But I'm just talking about over the winter time.
Oh, he drives it once
Oh,
every week or two.
Week or
You
two,
should
I
never
wouldn't
have a
think
flat
about it.
spotted tire unless you got really low air pressure.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
Oh.
Or shit tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
You'll
got
fuck up
shit
the side.
tires or
Yeah, you'll fuck up the sidewall tires if you leave them sitting there half flat like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My car.
When you said storing, I thought you meant for like a year or two.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Throw them on jack stands and take the tire. What I've done is I'll just throw the car on jack stands, take the wheels and tires off, relieve the air pressure, and throw them up on a rack.
See, and I just leave them on the car and just take the valve cores out.
Oh, I just throw them on my tire rack, but because I have a tire rack, so.
Right.
So the group's called Unappreciated Survivors, 1973 to 2004. The third post on here was a Thunderbird with 5,000 miles on it, but it's not like an old one. It's
This one of the 2000s or whatever that is, Thunderbird.
So it's that
It's the end of the originals.
Yes. It's got 5,000 original miles.
Well, that looks like a different avatar now, Sublime. That is a different avatar.
It is. It's fucking Kermit.
That's not Sublime.
It is Sublime.
Well, no. When it first came back up on my screen, it showed his car, but in with white bars top and bottom, and then Kermit showed up.
That just me. Now, let me add down with it. Has it always been like that on every set of tires, or is it just like that on this current set of tires you have? Because that just sounds like a bad set of tires.
Oh, what the hell? Sublime's going through avatars now, isn't he? What the hell is that?
That was a concept S650 GT500.
Okay, the S650 GT 500.
Made by Highcade. He does a lot of concept stuff on YouTube.
It's cool looking, but
Oh yeah, he does an amazing. I mean, dude, it's a badass looking ride.
it is.
If you look it up, there's a video on it. Like I said, the name of his channel is Highcade, HYCADE, and he does like a 2-minute walk around of that car, of his concept of what the S650 GT500 could look like, and it's pretty badass ride.
Not what it will look like.
Yeah.
The one I didn't like that you used as one of your live stream, live stream thumbnails or whatever. Yeah, there's that damn wide body GT500 sitting on the ground from the front. I was like, man, that thing looks like shit.
Hey, down with it. What tires you got on there? I have to know, what tires are they? If you're driving it every week or two, and it's doing that every time you first start driving it.
Well, see, I asked him, was it this one set of tires, or is it multiple sets? And he said the last 2 sets of tires.
Potenza Sports shouldn't be that bad.
Potenza Sport. Who even makes Potenza Sport?
And he's only running 35 PSI. I usually run about 5 less than the max PSI.
Don't do that if run whatever it tells you to on the door.
Yeah, it all depends on the tire. I mean, some tires are recommended to be 32 warm.
Max.
Some are 35 warm. Some
Okay,
are
made by
more.
My wife's truck tires.
Potenzas aren't bad. I mean, certain Potenzas aren't. The Potenza Sport I've never run. I've run one of their higher end Potenzas, which is for road course. And if that had happened to me after sitting for 2 weeks, something would be wrong. Okay, if it's just that they're cold, that every tire is going to be clunky when they're cold. That's a sport tire. Yeah, if they're summer only, until they warm up, they will feel like they're clunky, but they're not flat spotted. They're just warm. They're hard. They have to warm up. They have to.
Yeah, then they'll soften up.
Well, 50 is better. So in the summer, they're usually not too bad, but usually it takes a little warm up time on summer tires. And get used to.
My wife's truck tires, they're 10 ply, and they say 80 PSI max. I run them at 70. If I run them less than 70, the truck sways.
And what does the truck tell you to run them at on the door?
I don't know. I never looked.
You should look.
That's probably not, that's probably not the original size tire that goes on that truck.
Yeah.
No, the truck's a 29. It takes a 29-inch tire, and it's got 35s on it.
Oh,
With a 6-inch lift. It's
So the
got
door ain't gonna
35s
help
on
that
it with
shit.
a 6-inch lift and 456 gears.
Okay,
Yes.
so my rear tires run at 80 psi and my fronts run at 60 on my truck. Now, do I have them at that? No, because I'm not hauling heavy loads anymore. So I've got rears at 60, and I had to go in and force scan it and change my TPMS to not go off at when they were low, because I run them low because it's a smoother ride. But my tires are meant to, their max PSI is over 100 PSI
Right.
because they're heavy duty truck tires.
And seeing the tires that are on the back of the Comet and the rims that are on the Comet are cop car, and they say max 55 PSI, and I run them at like 48.
No. I run mine low because it's a smoother ride. If I run them high, it's bumpier, but if I'm going to throw a big trailer on it, which I don't have anymore, if I was going to put my old trailer on it, I'd have to run them at 80 because that's the only thing that'll hold the weight.
Right.
To be at 80 to 90 PSI to hold that weight. But their max is over 100 PSI. That's why those tires cost so goddamn much.
Well, I'm telling you,
Right.
these little 14 that's on my truck out there, them motherfuckers will rattle your eye teeth out of your head.
I'd like to know what the actual recommendation is, because my buddy at the tire shop says about 500 the max is what you want to run.
Okay, I would never. When you're going by what they're recommended, it's got to be with stock size and type tires.
Right.
That's what they tell you.
That's fair.
But if you're running anything else, you go with whatever they're supposed to run at. And it depends on what kind of ride you want. Whether you want a comfort ride, you want a hard ride, you want, all kinds of different ways to do it. But you never want to go above max, and you never really
Right.
max. You want to go
Right.
like 5 PSI or more. I usually go with if it's a different tire, I'll go 10 under max.
Okay.
And so I'm driving road course. I'll actually increase the pressure in those compared to what I would normally drive on the road if they're an actual road course tire. But I won't go to what I want, because I know that once they warm up, they're going to get up to that pressure anyway, because they're going to raise pressure by at least 2 or 3 PSI minimum.
Right.
Had a little time on the track. So you go a little bit below that, but you want them a little higher when you're doing a road course, because you want the sidewalls to not give in on you. You want them to hold firm when you're taking hard turns. You don't want them rolling over. And
Right.
What's that pain in the ass?
drag car, I'm going low. I'm going 18 PSI on my rear tires because I want
Right.
traction. It's all dependent on what you're doing with the vehicle, what the tires are. There's so many different variables to go into that. That's why generally the door card thing will tell you what PSI to run your tires at if they're the same as normal tires that would come on that car for a smooth ride with best fuel efficiency.
I know my brother runs 5 PSI in his tires, but that's on his truck. Only 5.
Why?
Because it's a rock crawler that
It's got
Well,
rock
that's a
crawler
rock
tires.
he puts 45 in to drive it to the trail, and then he lets it down to 5 PSI.
That sounds about right then.
Yeah,
down with
and
it. I
that
seen
thing
your-
is
I seen that
fucking
the other
wild.
night, bud. I seen that the other night. I was commenting on it in the live stream. You're doing a late model truck. What year model is that truck you're doing? Is that a 03, 04, 05, 06, something like that?
What time is it? Oh, wow, late. I got to work tomorrow. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. Most people
I'm a,
does not do a V8 swap in that new of a Ranger that you're doing it in. Most people do them in old trucks like mine, but I actually like seeing somebody do that in the newer model truck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a couple pictures, Pink.
Okay. So, Sublime, you working tomorrow or is it raining?
It's raining here now, but it's not raining everywhere. But I'm fairly caught up on stuff, so I may just take the day off tomorrow and do a whole bunch of follow-up calls from estimates that I've already given this year.
Okay.
2007. Yeah, I knew it was a newer model truck. But I think it's cool that somebody's doing a new model truck. I actually like that body style with the fender flares on it. So,
I just have to find them. Forgive me.
Oh, I guess I can forgive you this time.
yeah, just this
Don't
once.
make it a habit.
So, Pinks, let me ask you, what do you consider when a tire's junk? Not wear, because they're fine whenever you look at the actual tread wear. When they just get hard, I know when they dry
If they
rot.
get totally hard, if they dry rot, if you start seeing cracks in the sides of them,
Excessive
and at a
wearing
certain
on the
age, it's
inner
gonna
edge.
happen. Like I've got some tires that I'm worried about now that I haven't even hardly used at all. I haven't used, and they're getting old. I need to use them. I need to like put some miles on them so I get some money out of them.
Excessive wear on the inner edge of the tire, that would definitely make them junk.
Yeah, I've got that problem on the outer edge of my truck tires, and I believe that's because my truck doesn't have the alignment correct, and I need to take that in and get it aligned because it's ruining my tires on the front.
Yeah, I'm already going there. I know about that shit.
So do the tires look good?
Mine? My tires look good except for the outer edge where there's almost no tread left.
No, who was asking about the tires?
It was me.
Oh, okay, Nate.
So like they look fine. So like I think that they're junk. I would say they're junk. They're 7. I got the Carfax on the car. So the car had 24,000 miles on it in 2016. I bought it with 28 in 2022. So the tires are date coded to be at least 7 years old.
Oh, they're
when
junk.
I did a burnout at home, I've roasted them in first, second, third, laid no black on the ground, and never let any smoke off.
They're pretty much junk anyway.
They're junk.
So
6
when
years
you-
is for most tires. 6 years is the maximum you want to keep them.
Correct.
Yeah.
5 years is about it. Then you want to let them go. So on the side of the tire is a code.
Yep.
And it's the month and the year that it was produced.
Yeah, they're from one of them's from 2015, and one of them's from 2007, and the rest of them are 16 or 17.
Yeah, that's junk.
They're
Good
pretty
burnout tires if you're looking up, but that's
But
it.
they won't. Now it's like I have a bunch of tires that aren't old, and I can burn them all day long, and they don't leave black, and they don't smoke at all, and it pisses me off.
Can you put something on her to make them smoke or?
Bleach.
But I'm just saying that you just
Oldest trick in the book. You want a nice burnout? Put some bleach on the ground and put those tires right over it.
Yeah.
Starts burning them.
bleach. I was gonna say. Hold on. Let's see.
The only bad thing about tires that won't leak smoke and don't do a burnout, then what's the point having the tires? Because we all do a burnout.
That's
Okay.
Because we want to see the smoke and we want to see the black mark.
Just so we know, my Nitto NT05Rs do not smoke.
I
In the
did rolling
burnout.
burnouts today.
Hey, and I wanted to tell you that truck is not stuck. He parked it like that so he
I
could
was gonna
take
say, he
pictures.
probably parked it like that, didn't he?
He did,
Hold on.
yes. And it's got a full 1/4-inch steel belly pan on the bottom.
Oh, that is so awesome. That looks like so much fun.
what is that, Blue? Or what was it before he did it?
Okay, so that is a 84 short bed frame
Stretch.
with it is an 84 short bed frame with the rear axle moved back 4 inches, the front axle moved forward 4 inches,
Oh, yeah.
and it's got a crew cab sitting on it.
So wait, I thought you said it wasn't stretched.
It's not stretched.
Well, if you're moving the axles forward and backward on both front,
But you're not
front
stretching the frame though.
You
You're only
didn't
moving the
stretch
axle.
the
still
frame.
stretching the
Moving
fucking
the
truck.
axles is
He
considered
bobbed 10 inches off the frame.
moving axles is considered a stretch, though.
Okay. So he stretched the wheelbase, bobbed the frame,
There you go.
and put a crew. It's a short bed frame that he bobbed the frame, stretched the axles, the wheelbase, and then he put a crew cab on it.
Nice. It looks like fun. It looks like a fun beast, no matter what it is. What motor
Hell
is
yeah.
in it?
In that photo, I built him I did all the machine work and shipped him a Vortec 350 for it.
Oh, nice.
And he did all the fuel injection swap to it and everything. For many, many years, it was a fully built 250 straight six.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yes, like a 600 lift cam,
Oh,
a 580 lift solid cam,
that's
10-to-1 compression, long tube header. It had a 4-barrel intake, like an Offenhauser 4-barrel intake on it with a 600 CFM carb, double pumper.
Going to the injection helped them to be able to do more angles and more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has a swivel thing in his oil pan, so his oil pickup tube will swivel over and stay in the oil.
Right. That's standard on a lot of those.
And then he's got two transfer cases in it.
Two
Transfer cases in it, and it's a Granny 4-speed transmission. And when he puts it in Granny gear and puts both transfer cases in low at 7,000 RPMs, he moves 6 miles an hour.
No, damn, that is a granny gear.
Yes.
That is
I remember
perfect
having
for
a truck
pulling
that
a
used
tree
to have
stump.
3 granny gears.
Yeah,
in it.
no shit, Mike.
And he can do front wheel pulls, so he can disconnect the rear and just pull with the front. And he can do front wheel digs. Miss Carol will know about all this shit. So it's so badass. He's been in the magazines 3 times because of that truck.
That
We lost Sublime again. I guess he decided he didn't want to be on the panel.
He's here.
He's
I'm
back.
fucking here.
Oh, you back? Well, motherfucker, we just slid back in.
Looks like he's got a
in.
Dodge Charger on his
Well, even them
avatar
goddamn
this
glasses,
time.
you might be able to see some.
My
So-
glasses are clean, brother. They just down. I'm like, oh man, they way down on my nose.
I'm
So-
going to grab a bowl of cereal, and when I'm done with that, I'm going to have to end the live stream because I do have to work tomorrow.
Pinks, that truck
Oh, you guys
has,
see the picture I posted today of my trailer, where it's at?
yes, with it painted, the painted cabinets.
It'll hopefully look better once I get that top back on it, which that thing is heavy. That is stainless steel, and it is not light. It's 8 feet wide and like 4 feet deep, or 3.5 feet deep.
I don't know if that was Moab or not down with it with my brother's truck, but he got in his truck he got his truck in magazines because on front and rear leaf springs, he was able to get 56 inches of articulation on any wheel.
Damn.
That was when he still had leaf springs on it with custom built shit. He did scissor leaves.
Why you got frozen feet?
And I don't know if any of you guys know what scissor leaves are, but you have your leaf springs on your vehicle, and then you take a second set of leaf springs and you cut them in half, and you mount them to the frame upside down, and you put a shackle between the 2 sets of leaf springs, and then you have chains or you have setting guides to where they can only go in certain places.
Oh, we
It's
know down with it.
complicated.
It's get that smoke out.
Pinks, you still here?
He went to go get his bowl of cereal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we fuck with each other's panel names every now and then.
So, so is it kind of like the old the springs that were on wagons back in the day? You would have the seat, which would sit on a. It's basically kind of like 2 leaf springs,
There's plenty left.
and then you would.
Did you hear
He's
me back
explaining that there's still plenty of milk left after I poured this bowl.
So Mustang Mike, so you know where the eye hole is in the leaf spring?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do is you drill a hole in the frame and you use that locating pin and you put that in the frame. But what you do is past where the U-bolts would bolt, you go a little bit farther than that, and then you cut the whole pack off, and then you mount that to the frame with the eyelet where the shackle goes pointing down. So the top half is looped down opposite of the main spring, and then you shackle it between the other leaf springs.
Yeah, so to where it's kind of like
The old wagon shit, yes.
yeah.
Yep.
So, Pigs,
Yeah.
did Colleen say you better not use the rest of all that milk?
No, it wasn't milk. She was talking about her margarita mix.
Oh, okay.
Which
Oh, Pinks, I was gonna let you know. I've already watched all of the Mandalorian already.
Uh-huh.
Have you watched any of the John Wick?
I ain't watched
No.
the first of John Wick, and I
Oh
just
my
started on
God.
Obi-Wan Kenobi tonight. So now I'm gonna watch all that.
I'm still I've watched John Wick, the first movie, and that's it.
I'm sorry. If you're watching Obi-Wan Kenobi over John Wick, there's something wrong with you.
Hey, I'm a Star Wars fan. But
Oh,
I'm sorry,
shit.
I like that shit, dude. I'm sorry, I like it.
John
And,
Wick is
you know,
the shit.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, The Mandalorian was actually a really good fucking series. I like it.
It's not over.
No, but I mean, I'm all caught up, so it's over for me until they come out with more.
Yeah, it's over until next season.
Yeah.
Well, it won't have the guy in anymore. It'll be it'll be the girl.
What, The Mandalorian?
Yep.
You think? There's no way they're gonna do away with that guy that's on there. He's the main
Yeah, they
star of
are.
the show.
It's already done. They've already fired him.
He's toast.
It's done.
They actually fired him from
Tired
the
of
show.
paying him. So they're going to be paying what's her name, and she'll continue on the story.
Dude,
Well, that
I really
fucking
got to figure this
sucks.
shit out. Maybe it's on settings here.
I just finished Picard. It was good. I
Yeah,
can't
Picard
wait
was
until Strange New Worlds comes out, the
I was
second
really,
season.
really, yeah, Strange New Worlds will be good. I was
Yes.
really happy with the way they did Picard because it was just like a second ending to Next Gen.
Yes. And if you read about it, he said that that's what he wanted. He wanted to close out both of them, bringing both of them to an end.
We're gonna check on. We're gonna watch all of Obi-Wan. We're gonna see how it turns out.
They're not doing a second Obi-Wan, so it's the only one.
Really, they're not gonna do a
They're
second one.
not going to do a second season.
Okay, well I'll watch it till the end of it, and then
It's
that'll
pretty
be
good.
all that one.
I was just kind of
Uh,
sad they're not getting a second season on it.
So
Has anybody heard if Tulsa King is getting a second season?
it says it is. I
Okay.
Googled it and it says it is.
What was
I was
that?
curious if Tulsa King. I was wondering if it was going to
Yeah,
be a
it's
second
supposed to
season.
get
Or
a
not.
second season. God, it needs a second season.
Yeah,
the
because
mayor of Kingstown is supposed to get a new season too.
hmm
dude, that's going to be hard though with that guy just having that surgery on his leg. There's going to be no way that he's going to be healed up for that shit.
He's already
be able to
walking
film that.
again. Already walking again.
Is he already back to walking this soon?
Like a
Yeah.
month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that dude had major fucking surgery too,
Yep.
man.
And they were really shocked. But I think, isn't it like his sister, a therapist?
That and he just didn't give up.
Yeah, he's like hardcore.
Dude, he got fucked up, man.
Thank God it's the final season of Discovery woke ass bullshit. And
Discovery woke ass what?
the Dominion Wars, not going to happen, and Section 31 probably not going to happen now.
Why?
Just Paramount, being Paramount.
Mm.
Dominion Wars. What the hell is that about?
Did you watch Deep Space Nine?
Yeah, I watched Deep Space Nine.
Then you know what the Dominion Wars are.
Right. So it was.
I must have never watched that one.
Well, you'd have to watch Picard and Deep Space Nine, so you know who the changelings are.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, I haven't watched all that.
Deep Space Nine was probably one of my favorite Star Trek shows.
It was good.
It was one of the best Star Trek shows, and I loved it, and it went. It was a really good show, especially the last few seasons of it.
I like all the Star Treks a
I'm
lot.
bummed now that you told me they fired that guy. I'm fucking bummed now. That actually sucks.
It does.
He played a fucking really good part on that show. Holy fuck,
They
man!
They were trying to pay him voice acting fees instead of acting fees because they were putting the stuntman in the costume more than him on purpose so that they wouldn't have to pay him as much. And he got in basically a argument about it, and they just fired him.
Oh, now I get it. This is the final season of the Star Trek Discovery. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, the Enterprise is fucking awesome too.
Oh my god.
Sublime, are you not a Star Trek guy, buddy?
Nah, Star Trek, Star Wars, you can keep all that shit.
I've never watched any of it either. Fuck, silent.
What,
I'm
you just
sorry, but
prefer penises?
After Luke Skywalker was out, I'm done.
So, I bet you watch a lot of wrestling too, huh?
No.
No. You always talk about Ric Flair.
I watch man shit like drag racing, NASCAR,
Sublime's more into
football.
like Star Search. You know, that's his.
Well,
story.
okay. I bet he watches American Idol too.
Yeah.
No.
And what are those
what's that
singing
called?
shows?
The Voice. Not The Voice. Name that whatever shit. Oh my god, no.
I bet
Name
you
that
watch
tune.
The View.
Name that tune. Y'all remember that
No,
fucking
yeah,
watches
not,
The
name
View.
that
That
tune
too.
I actually used to watch. That actually was cool.
yeah. That's a whole, oh
right.
god.
All right.
You watch
Sublime.
The Bachelorette, and,
Just come out of the closet and admit you watch The View.
Oh my
Oh my god. Don't say that. Stay in the closet, brother. Don't make us all lose respect for you. Stay in the closet.
This coming from a man who's got a pick an LS engine sitting in his closet waiting to go in.
I promise you I don't.
we know Sublime is a big Kardashian fan, so
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
can't get enough
yeah.
of that.
Yeah. You like that big old butt Ken's carrying around, right?
Oh my god. As long as it'll hold my drink, sure, why not?
Well, I'll tell you, I'll
Bud
definitely
Light,
tell you
right?
this. I'll definitely tell you this. I wouldn't kick her out of bed unless you wanted to fuck on the floor.
I wouldn't mind the money. That's for damn sure.
Salty, she'd look at your little bitty wing and say, "What are you gonna do? Floss my teeth with that?"
I'm gonna pick the food out of it, baby. Just write me a check.
No, bring me a check.
Just write me a check. Write it before we have sex, because you ain't gonna be satisfied. I still want to get paid.
I actually knocked Sublime off the street.
Oh, I hope he didn't fucking drop out
I'm right
because
here.
we're picking on him.
Hello.
No, it was me.
Hello.
Oh, I hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Hey guys, I
The-
gotta get some Z's. I'm
Hey,
feeling
Mike.
bad.
All right, there,
Bye,
Mr.
Mike.
Mike. You have yourself a good day, buddy.
12 hours of driving, I'm spent.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
My mouse was sitting on the remove button over Sublime because he was the last one that came in, and I got a little milk on my keyboard. I went to wipe it off and hit the enter key, and it knocked him out.
You see what Down With It says? He's like, I know he's saying I can't hit the bottom, but I'll beat the shit out of the sides.
Yeah, right. I promise that won't even be like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. It'll be like throwing toothpick down a hallway. And I'm not talking shit about you. I'm talking shit about the hole itself.
You never know. With all that money, she might have had an extra stitch or two put in.
Yeah, it ain't gonna help that.
Once you get past the stitches, brother, it's all echo.
the stitches ain't helping that none, dude. Come on, man. She got famous for taking an arm-sized penis. I mean, that bitch is useless.
He talking about Kim Kardashian?
Yeah,
Who the hell she had sex with had an arm-sized penis?
that basketball player, dude.
I
It
thought
was
you were
like
talking about now. Tommy Lee, fucking Pamela Anderson.
Hey, no. Kim Kardashian slept with that basketball player, had like a 16-inch penis.
Oh, she's ruined. She's ruined.
Hey, dude,
She's
there's
ruined.
no. Joe Rogan talks about it. There's porn videos that got out and everything, and this thing's like the size of your arm.
Just
It's
so
as
you
big
know,
around as your
they
fucking
didn't- they
arm
didn't
too.
Get out. She released them.
That's
She got famous.
Look, we were
Right.
talking about this shit. Guess who shows up in the chat? Rattletrap.
Rattletrap.
He showed up just at the
Rattletrap.
right time.
I bet Rattletrap has seen the video.
I'm sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord!
He watched it. I bet on it. Anybody want to bet money
You
on
see
it?
that? Once I heard 16-inch penis, I'm here.
Yeah, I bet he's watched it. I'll bet money on it.
Rattletrap showed up at the wrong time because I said I was ending this when I was done with this bowl of cereal. Which I have about half a bite left.
Yeah, I gotta take my dogs out.
Yeah.
All right, you guys have a good evening.
You know,
My
Rattletrap
wife's
said he
in
goes,
bed anyway.
I've been on for almost 3 hours now.
You see what Rattletrap said? I have paper mache. Of that penis. That's funny. All right. All right, fellas. Everybody have a good night. Enjoyed it, Pink. Thanks, bud.
Later, guys. Have a good
Thanks
night.
for
Later,
coming,
bud.
guys. Have a great night. And, Wednesday, probably.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Later, everyone.
And that's going to be it for me tonight.